going to restart that level we were already on, but that is okay, because this is Mirror's Edge, and it's a fun game.
Wait, Zach, do we have something to show?
Do you want to do it now?
I thought you wanted to do it in the beginning.
You know what? This would be a really good time. Whew. This would be a
If you
really
want
good
to
time to do
decompress
that.
for a sec.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna do our live screening of Mike and Melissa?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
shit.
time.
Oh,
Live
hell yeah.
commentary, lads.
Live commentary.
Who's gonna be streaming it?
So I'm
All
going
of
to
us.
be streaming it to Twitch, obviously, but I'll link you guys a URL in just a second. I have to cut my feed for Mirror's Edge, put up my feed for the display capture, bring up the video, grab the URL.
Zach is finally going
Grab
to be enlightened.
Edgewide.
There are two types of people in this world: those that have seen Mike and Melissa, and those who have not.
I refuse. Alright. Oh, I posted it. Let me know when you guys are all in there.
I'm ready.
Hold on, not yet.
What the hell is this? This is Mike and Melissa.
This is
I spent most
I've
all
been
today
fooled.
editing.
It should be
Oh,
noted
how
that
wonderful.
Grant did do this in a day, which is not too, like, this is definitely not diminuting, like, the amount of effort that Grant put in. I am just astonished that he had such a high turnover.
I was
It was a
really
good
excited
stream.
to go through this, but
I'm anxious
I
about how
should've
much
been
of the audio is salvageable.
there
Apparently
were
20
some
minutes
moments.
worth.
Yeah,
Okay, because I'm scared. Because last night I was skimming and I was like, "Oh man, I can't hear like half of the best parts."
Okay,
it
everyone's
does
good,
dip
right?
on some stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself when I start, though.
I am
Okay.
also, I'm gonna mute myself as well. So,
All right. Are we
uh,
gonna do like a countdown?
yes, I was gonna do a countdown. I think
Okay.
I'm fast for you guys. No, I'm slow. So I'll do
You're
mine on
slow, I
account
think.
of. Okay, I got it. All right, three,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Yeah, Lawrence and I visited the Church of Scientology.
The downtown one or the one located in Zach's house?
What do you mean in my house? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, when I was living there.
Fuck.
Mid-riff, she's trustable.
She's
She's
trustable. Grant, are you familiar with that joke from the Shantae playthrough?
No. If anyone has a midriff, they're trustworthy.
Lawrence, you want to explain?
Yeah, trustable sounds
Basically,
like.
Zach was like explaining like the different cliches that you would find in any Shantae game. One of them being that all, or at least most of the good characters
What the
have
hell?
a midriff. So yeah, all
Making
the
this all the good
all the
characters.
good characters have midriff, but like if a character does not have a midriff, they're a bad character because they'll transform one
Yes,
way or
I forgot
another,
about.
so
Yeah.
that they will suddenly appear with a midriff and be like, haha, I was the villain all along.
I want to go
am.
back to what Lawrence said earlier and address trustables, which sounds like it sounds like the fucking peanut butter and jelly sealed sandwiches you get at lunch.
Yeah,
Untrustables.
Untrustables.
Oh, they don't have their midriff showing. They're a real untrustable.
I don't know if you
can't-
knew me,
You can't
but I'm
trust
like,
them to keep that peanut butter and jelly, and it's gonna seep out the side when you bite into
It's
it.
it's just peanut butter and jelly, no bread.
Yeah.
Can't
I
trust
don't
this
know.
sandwich.
That's what I
I
call
don't know
an
if you know me,
untrustable.
but I'm real good in my vocabulary.
15 feet and
It's
she's
soft.
not dead?
It's soft.
No, it's
is the
not.
idea.
That's bullshit.
When
Yeah.
Grant
Why?
says soft, he means your ankles will be after reduced to powder.
Like that.
Like so.
Whee!
This game is fun.
Oh
Oh
god.
my
I
God.
just landed on my ass. Oh my. Oh.
Yeah. Are you ready for that?
I'm gonna be sick. What? I had to fight people? I thought I was
Oh
parkour.
yeah. Oh yeah, you fight.
That's such a cartoonish punch. God, that's cool, but there's no way.
Oh.
She shoots you right. She's not trustworthy. She had a midriff.
She's not trustable.
She's
She
not
can't keep the
trustable.
peanut butter and jelly in.
Non-trustable.
The peanut butter and jelly's all over everywhere.
I was like, there's no way they let me do that,
He's
right?
back.
The weapon used to fire don't hit Celeste. What? I didn't hit her! No, look,
That's not a-
this does not hit her. See? You're fine.
she's
You-
deaf.
Oh. Look, this is non-lethal. Wait, stop turning your head. This is non-lethal, all right?
Oh my
You're holding in
See?
your okay.
R enters slow motion.
I don't know
Hello?
why, but
See, you'll turn red. And blah blah blah.
It just bopped her on the head.
Like
I
the
want to
coconut
change
sound.
my phone's ringtone to that classic hentai sound that movies make when they bounce.
Oh god.
I made a mistake.
smooth.
I can tell by what the fuck
Oh,
was that? What
goodbye,
did I
sir.
hit?
Roll. Oh no.
Cool.
No, this is cheating. And they do like the motorcycle turn, like really hard.
Oh.
Die! Was I supposed
You
to?
missed.
Was I
Yeah.
supposed to hit a button?
This
hitting
game
the
What
takes
the-
place in a semi-dystopia. Court case can only be solved in 3 days.
Yeah,
True.
it's crazy.
you know Europe.
Faith is like a runner, and I think they like deliver information or
I
something.
apparently have to hit a button.
I don't think exercise counts as getting fitness for free, Zach.
Yeah, it does. I don't
I think-
understand what I'm doing.
I think you
wrong
should
here.
press the button.
I
Hold
believe
space?
that there is.
No,
Yeah,
it's
free.
Almost,
Oh
what the
my
hell?
God.
What's happening?
You fell.
I like
Right
the
or left?
idea of fucking
that?
coal miners
Yeah.
talking about black lung as if it's like an easy matchup. It's like, I'll do this black lung. This black lung is free.
Bro, I can't wait.
I
haven't
was
even
gonna-
gotten
I
my
was gonna
black
say
lung yet.
that- I
Watch
was
me
gonna say
clap
that-
my cardiovascular system, bro.
I was gonna say that Cole. Yeah, what the fuck?
What the?
Grant, this
you
game
should
sucks.
be able to aim for the right pipe.
Oh, what?
Oh, you had it.
What?
This is just like the 7th like dream loop because she's suffered a serious concussion from falling so far. This is just when her brain's forced looping.
Dude, I don't
Oh my
understand. Is there another way? Can I not?
No,
Yeah, there you go, find the
no, it is the right way.
I kill myself. Dude, if you hit. Look,
What?
I am hitting.
Just-
I am holding shift.
Have you tried moving your hands forward and with your fingers gripping onto the pole?
Oh.
All martial arts know that
Dude.
if you do 2 punches at the same time, that's double the power.
Exactly.
What are
Someone
you?
who took-
League of Legends animation?
And aim for the right pipe. The right pipe. The right pipe.
All right, well, I will aim for the right pipe. There you go.
There.
But how? But what was different?
I don't know, man. We just don't look like a horse in the mouth.
Gotta friend me. You gotta friend me. And the title is like when you want to play Steam games multiplayer with your friends.
Hi, bad
Nope.
guys.
Trying to make a U-turn.
Maybe.
Ah!
You're gonna
Shoot
fight
me!
him.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize that they were chasing up the stairs.
No, yeah, there's a lot of chase scenes.
There was a secret thing.
Roll.
What the
Oh
heck?
my
I tried-
god.
I don't know. I need to practice.
You got shot.
I'm
There's
good.
no more running for you.
Faith is about to see a lot more red.
What? Hello, sir.
Hello Zach, it is so good to see you. I am so glad to have finally been reunited with my long lost.
Okay, use all
Never
that
know
thing
what
you
he's
did
gonna
on
say
Celeste,
there.
all that practice you did shooting Celeste.
There you go. Easy. Look. Dude, now. Oh shit!
Oh,
you're
you're
good.
good.
Oh, I'm alive. How would you make Fate's design even edgier?
Replace the white with black, duh.
Fucking belt
Have a-
chain.
Have
A
a shirt
belt
that says
chain.
Add
have a
spikes.
shirt that says I'm badass.
I feel
A
like that would
choker.
seriously.
Have a shirt
Oh,
that
shit.
says I am Fate the Badass and the hardcore and awesome.
No, the game tricked me. Taking my flight earlier today. Oh shit! All right, good tutorial.
Yeah.
No!
Fireman.
Hello,
Which is
that's
all the
that's a
time.
cool tower.
All the time. You let go.
How?
Oh,
Left shift.
Is this game hard?
No. Don't put your
Zach.
As soon as I fucked up, I was like, you know what? Let's see what it looks like when I die via electricity. I got it. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want to go up. All right, cool, got it. All right, now I'm
Zach,
gonna jump
how does
across.
it feel to be Aaron Hansen?
Hey, at least I learned from my mistakes. Hey, at least I learned from my mistakes. Hey, at least I learned from my mistakes.
Oh boy.
Die! Was I supposed
You
to
missed. Faith is like a runner, and I think they.
No,
Yeah,
excuse-
free.
Oh, what
Oh
the
my
hell?
god!
System bro.
I was gonna say that. Well, yeah, what the fuck?
Aim for the right pipe.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
From falling so far, look just what her brain's forced.
I killed myself. Dude, if you hit... Look!
Oh,
All martial arts know.
Dude.
Right?
the right pipe. The right pipe. You
Made
did
the
play
same-
the
I haven't made
tutorial.
this- I did. First off, I played the tutorial. That is true. Pretty for a game that came out in like 2012.
This is pretty for a game that came out back in the Mesozoic era.
So your sister is a cop.
Why does it just say R?
What?
On his screen.
Finally, R.
R. That's what his company was working on.
He was a pirate.
R.
Yard. What letter should we make pirates branded after?
R.I.P. That's what he was typing.
Oh, he was about as he was getting shot. Alright.
He should have gone for F. He didn't have enough time for the full R.
Blues incoming. As a bunch of guys in like suits that pull out bases and fucking saxophones.
That's very
Snaps her neck.
Yeah.
Over here.
Like I'm under arrest anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, they shoot into the ducks.
How would
They're
they know
actually
I'm in
smart.
here?
They can hear the. They can hear the
They can hear the
jazz
doom doom.
No, they're like
or the blues.
No, they're like, guys, stop playing for a second. We gotta listen for the ducks. There she is.
Guys, stop playing for a second.
I think the helicopter comes by and they're actually blasting like Louis Armstrong music.
I see trees of green. Not easily.
Roll.
Stepping on
So,
the game
so
shit.
grab it. Oh my god. I will learn to roll. Shit! Hey, you only need to learn how to make a light bulb once or whatever the fuck Edison said.
What are you talking about?
Edison said some or rather people said Edison said some bullshit about making light bulbs and they're wrong.
People
because
said
Edison
my
sucked.
dad said Edison's dad said that he wouldn't.
My
What do
dad
you
was
mean my
Edison.
dad said Edison's dad?
My dad
My
was.
dad.
My dad
knew
works
Thomas
at Edison.
My dad was Thomas Edison.
He invented light bulb.
Oh.
To the right. Yeah, you.
Eh.
My dad was Thomas Edison. My other dad was Nikola Tesla. They were gay life partners.
They were definitely not gay for each other.
Oh well, you wouldn't know. They're not your dads, are they?
They're not your dad.
This is where the real jazz comes in. Nothing,
Very good.
nothing says innocent of a crime than shooting cops.
It's not shit, it's very good. I just
Snack
think
rat,
it's a little...
snack rat, eat the rat.
I will not
Oh.
eat the rat.
What's the button to eat the rats in this game, Grant?
E.
This isn't We Happy
E for
Few.
E.
Oh my
R
god.
for rats. That's what the guy was trying to do when he was dying. He was trying to eat rats to
Just trying to
sustain himself.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think it was Dishonored, where there was a gif of some guy who's like you're supposed to kill, but his ability is that you can turn into rats when you kill him. So the person like built their character so that they snuck up, stabbed, and the person turned into rats to escape, and the person just started eating as many rats as he could. Ooh, a barrel roll.
Oh my god.
I got
Zach-
it.
Zach was channeling his inner Hank Hill there.
So let's see you play this.
Oh,
Why am I bad at this video game? You're dead.
thank you for showing us your giant bright lasers.
Yeah, about to say. Could you imagine?
You,
Oh, you can't find me. You don't know where I am. Hello.
I'm only black, white, and red against this white wall. Arcade, like Western shooter games, except it's a console version of it. So there's a minigame stage where there's just this old prospector, and he's like, "Let's see what kind of shot you are, Pilgrim. Take a crack at this bottle." and he throws the ball and you're supposed to shoot it with like your light gun or whatever, and he misses and he's like, "Oh, you missed that one. Try another." And he throws another one and Jerome misses again, and it repeats like 4 times. He keeps laughing and he keeps missing because he starts laughing really hard, and then he realizes that he's out of ammo and he fails to reload it like twice, and then finally he shoots it, and then the guy's like, "Nice shoot. Try another." Throws another one in the air. Jeremiah misses it because he wasn't ready for it, and then he goes back to, "Oh, you missed that one. Try another." And it
Oh
restarts again.
no. You could also use your reaction time thing.
Oh my god,
Or-
you're
or you can just
super
listen to
right,
the
I
blues.
forgot.
The blues.
What? Did he just swap me out of the air?
You got your ankle clipped.
Gunshot ride.
Oh,
What?
oh.
Oh, you missed that one.
I did it though.
Try
My
another.
cursor is fucking dead on.
They're making a 4th John Wick movie, yeah?
I
Yes.
pray to God.
They like money.
They like
Money
money,
is a
we
really
like...
nice incentive. Yeah, I noticed that. What?
Ooh,
I,
ooh.
You missed that one.
Don't stand still.
just about to counter him, and then you guys were like, "Oh, do this, do this, do this," and I was like, "God,
Not walking up to him and just looking at him real hard.
shut up! I'm getting embarrassed, guys.
If
No,
I give him a mean enough look, maybe he'll stop.
shut
No,
up!"
see, it's Zach saying like, "Oh yeah, my reaction speed is like pretty okay."
Reaction speed's pretty good. Welcome to the Bully Zach stream.
What do you mean this stream? You motherfuckers always do this.
Oh, there you go.
No, sometimes they're too distracted by the game being played, but this
You
one
can't
it's,
throw stones in a glass house, Zach.
it's a perfect
What do you?
unity.
When do I ever bully anyone? Wait, how do I get in?
The one where he's just stretching.
Hello? Who the fuck
Wait,
is
is
this?
that fucking Connor from Detroit Become Human?
I want to try something controversial here. What is it? Left
Maybe
shift.
if I stare at this beam hard enough, it'll get out of my way.
What are you talking about? What do you? I can't.
Like a thief character. I tried to pickpocket one of the guys in fucking the first town that you get to. And I heard one of my favorite quotes ever before the guy turned hostile and started killing me. When I tried to pickpocket him and I failed. And it was like, you failed, he noticed you. And he just like turned around, drew his dagger and shouted, "Nice try, fat fingers!" and started stabbing me.
Oh my god.
And I was just thinking,
We
like,
should
man,
bring
that
that
guy was rehearsing for if anyone tried to dare pickpocket him. If someone tries to pickpocket me, oh, they're gonna get it both.
Or he gets
physically.
pickpocketed like 24/7.
I gotta come with a better. Maybe if I come with a really good burn, they'll stop stealing from me. Like, nice try, fat fingers. And then when he misses someone that he's shooting at, it's like, oh, you missed that one. Try another.
Try another.
God damn it, Adrian.
But you'll miss the part where you have to dodge subways.
Dude, Digglers. No, go back to the Digglers.
That L is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
It's the part where you ride on subways, Zach.
Oh,
Oh
He also
my
ate
God.
shit.
How
fat fingers.
wait, where do I go?
He shouted him, "Oh, you missed that one. Try another." That's
Nice try, fat fingers.
God. Faith just shouting that as he's like has a concussion and is fading in and out of consciousness.
he's like, the world is shaking around him, and he's like, he's got shifty vision. All the last thing he hears before he dies.
Oh, I thought that was.
Fat
I thought this was a bucket of chicken.
Oh, dude, I wish.
Yo.
I was very.
Got a bucket of
confused.
chicken.
Yeah.
I wish my father was here. Hello, sus.
Sus.
My name is Dumpsdale, Dimmerdale, Dumpsdale, Dale,
Dale,
Dumbadome,
Dale,
Dim,
Dumbadome,
Dome, Dimmadome, Dale, Do, head of the
Like,
My
Dale
favorite part
Dimmadome.
is the next part where he's Ducktail Dome, owner of Dimsdale Dimmadome. Not right.
Alright, that's right.
That's
Doug.
right.
Doug Dimmadome.
Dimmadome, owner of the Dimmadome, where the showing Crash Nebula? On ice? Yeah, not
Not
right.
right.
Not right.
That's right.
That's right.
Faith is lying there on the floor bleeding out. The last thing she hears is a Faith echoing, "Hey, my name is Doc Dimmadome."
Nice try, fat fingers. What would you get if you pickpocketed Doug Dimsdale
you would get keys to the Dimmadale Dimmadog Dimmadale Dome
Dimsdale Dimmadome?
where they're
Where they're
showing
showing Crash
Yeah,
Nebula?
Crash Nebula
On ice.
That's
right.
not right.
There's a trending on Twitter moment where it's my 200 versus Butch 200, where it's displaying people's $200 commissions versus Butch's own $200 commission. This is one of the prime examples of Butch's $200 commissions. It's Dib from Invader Zim.
Oh.
Shit. I was trying to
Charged
look at the
$200.
Oh
pictures.
my.
That was
That's
$200?
$200?
Apparently.
Oh my god.
That's terrible. Hello? Game? Game? What happened?
Game has to take a breather too.
Hello? Did I
Yeah.
break it? I can't even get to the task manager because Mirror's Edge is on top of my main monitor. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna halt the stream. I'm gonna restart, and then we'll come back. And then I don't know. We'll probably fill the rest of the time with just talking. I don't care.
The Edgewide podcast.
Yeah, probably.
That was very good.
That was really good.
Thanks.
You did an excellent job salvaging what you could.
It returned such emotions to me. Emotions that I did not want to ever experience again. But thank you, Grant. That was very good.
That was
Welcome.
excellent
I'm glad
job
you guys liked it.
salvaging the eggshells. That
I'm about to
from
say,
the
I'm really
fucking dropped.
surprised, like how much you were able. Like I feel like most of like the reoccurring jokes were salvageable. I will admit, I am kind of glad that you were not able to salvage my fucking mental breakdown.
God, I wish I could have.
Oh, okay, cool. Back to the game.
So anyway, that's the important stuff that if you missed from last stream, you didn't see.
Yeah. What did you guys think of the montage?
It was very good.
It had me cracking up.
I, the song that you chose was good, but as an alternative, I might have chosen Can Can.
Oh,
Yo.
Can would have been super good.
Just use it for this stream when eventually Zach
Yeah,
will hit a part
sure.
that's very difficult.
Yeah, and then
You-
Zach
There you go.
continues to say that he learns from his mistakes and that this game is bullshit or something.
There's a
like that.
difference between learning from your mistakes and a part of the game being difficult.
Learn from my mistakes.
You should learn. That one made me laugh a lot. I mean, if I may like give a wee bit of a critique, I do feel like showing, because I know that the second time you show me like just cracking my head against the inside of the pipe 1,000 times was like shorter. I do think that showing the same section twice was a little much, but with that being said,
Okay.
it was still good. Did we do this before? Oh, it's like a
What?
cutscene.
You're not streaming to this.
You're not
Discord.
streaming to
Oh, I'm
Discord.
not? My bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully...
Zach is scared to tab out.
I... You know it.
Zach, you met your long lost whatever.
My long
You
lost
met-
whatever?
He met
Long
Orange
lost
guy.
son. Dale Dimmadome.
His long lost son. Faith, I'm your long lost son.
Grant, you have to be the one that informs me about the story since I'm skipping all the cutscenes. Did it crash again?
It looks like it's
Yeah,
on the stream.
oh.
Are you fucking... Don't worry, my task manager is on the correct screen this time. There you go. Bang. There you go. Look, now I don't have to fucking restart my whole computer just to get the game back up. I
We're
will,
good.
however, mute my desktop audio for a minute because this game launching is very loud.
I mean, to be fair,
You
this
can't. If
game
you're
came-
talking, the stream can't hear you. Well, I mean, it's not really the Discord that's the problem. I think I mean, just based on like how certain things are with this, it feels like the game just wasn't. It feels like it was a direct port as opposed to a remake port, which is fine because that was fine back in like the early 2000s. But I don't know. You would definitely not do that now.
Or would you?
All right, stream is back.
I'm gonna
All
use the
right, here we
bathroom
go
real quick.
again.
Hello, America. What's the thing?
Going live on Discord.
Good morning.
You're kidding.
Good afternoon. Good night.
What?
Drake's got a location on Jackknife.
It crashed again.
Well done.
I don't know, man. I'm not happy.
No one is
What a
pleased by
game!
this.
My thoughts exactly, Sob. It's no. By the way, you guys can all leave at 11. I'm going to be recording like an additional like half hour of footage because I'm getting this game done in 2 days. Exactly.
Halfway through the game.
From where we ended last time, or where he is now? Because I don't know where he is now.
Okay.
I am desperately trying to get through this section.
He met a guy with an orange shirt that was black.
I met Blackman.
Whoa.
Well, okay. How about this part? How far into the game is he from here? Do you think?
Quarter, fifth.
That doesn't bode well, Zach.
What do you mean?
Maybe a
we
quarter.
got 2 hours left of the stream natural. And I'm already a quarter / a fifth of the way through the game? That's not that bad. Wait, is this the wrong way?
This is we supposed to go.
Shit. I
This
saw a
is
thing.
assuming
I saw
you know
a
what
thing
you're
I could.
doing.
I saw a thing I could zoom under, and I was like, "Oh, dude, cool."
Zoom
I mean,
time.
Zach, if it took you a natural stream period to get a quarter through the game, that would imply that you had to spend the equivalent of about 4 more of those to make it through. And in my mind, that doesn't add up to a weekend.
No, but he got through more, because he went all the way down the hole and back up. All right, you got this.
You can't spell programming without pro gaming.
Oh, pro game removed.
Sniper, please!
You
No!
keep running in a straight line, Zach.
Sniper, no
I was
sniping.
trying to go fast.
Good job running in a straight line. Maybe that'll help throw his aim off.
Wrong way. Chopper spotted.
Chopper spotted. Get ready for some gunfire.
Get ready for the blues.
Get ready to
Oh,
not
that
get
was
shot.
that was another thing. If I was allowed to like make requests of like, man, I really think we should do this, I would have, cause you did like the little thing where it was just like some, it was just like some blues singers that were just like all over the place. I would have
Yeah.
loved it if instead it was some royalty-free blues music that would just kind of play whenever the
The
concert takes
background.
place.
God.
Have it change volume
my
2
God.
depending on how close or how far the
Oh, I
blues
found a bag.
actually are.
Oh my God, what, Lawrence?
I'm about to say that's a lot to do, but I will
I
not.
know,
I
I know.
will not lie. That was exactly what I was thinking.
Like it's a helicopter like super far away. You just hear,
Dude,
and then it gets going.
I was
That
looking for a
sniper
ton of royalty-free blues music, and all I could find was like piano and like just piano or just guitar, and I'm like, no, but I
Were
want
you on
drum
the?
and bass.
Were you just like looking up royalty-free music, or were you on the YouTube royalty-free library?
I was on the YouTube royalty-free library.
You should have found some. That's interesting.
No.
About to say, 'cause there's a lot on there. It's like literally anything that's ever. Hello?
Just drop.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that would. I didn't know if that would make me drop to death.
Yeah.
Didn't know if Faith was gonna fat finger it.
Nice try, fat finger.
Sniper, no
Nice
sniper.
try, fat fingers.
So.
Have you guys booted up Skyrim and looked for that yet?
I mean, it's
God, I
been a
need
day.
to.
Grant made an entire video in a day. Booting up Skyrim and finding that guy takes like maybe like an hour at most.
I just killed myself. Goodbye, Faith.
There
more
you go.
Faith in
Now
the
there's a
world.
clean edit, so that way Grant can edit it and make it look like I'm not an idiot.
As I include this audio.
Shit! Fuck!
Bold assumption.
Ah! Ah!
bold of Zach to assume that Grant is going to create propaganda that you know helps his image rather than destroys it.
That is true. And then this goes down and then flips a little bit, and I go here. Okay. All right.
Oh my god. Dude, she's wearing tabby.
Wait a minute.
You're supposed to
Was
go
it
the
that
other
way?
Yeah, see, there's a pole
Oh!
over there. Oh, I didn't know that happened.
I didn't know.
Yep.
Wow.
No,
You're not
you're
getting
supposed to
back
go
up
the
there
other way.
right now. Dude, Fate's
That's
wearing
Oh,
straight
right.
up
The
tabby.
pipes.
Like a ninja.
Ninja.
I'm a ninja. I'm a ninja. Oh, dude,
You
you
guys
saw
remember
that?
fucking How to Be a Ninja and the rest of Nigahiga's videos?
Who?
You've never heard of Nigahiga?
No.
That's
Wait, really?
an
I'm about
old
to say-
channel.
Yeah.
I'm about to
He was
say,
the #1 YouTuber for a very long time.
PewDiePie?
Before
No.
he
Before
preceded
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
Before PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Nothing
In the
existed
early
before
years of
PewDiePie.
YouTube.
He was the Old Testament.
He was
Yeah.
Old Testament before God got real.
Yeah.
He was like
before Jesus and his
2007
bullshit.
YouTube king.
Wait, hang on. If Nigahiga is the Old Testament, does that imply that PewDiePie is Jesus?
Oh shit!
Obviously.
That's
PewDiePie
really
is the
accurate.
Jesus of YouTube.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like we knew this.
Except PewDiePie hasn't died for our sins yet.
He's sweet
Not
as
yet.
I mean, has
Christ.
he not? He's been
Jesus
crucified
Christ.
multiple times by the media.
And yet he still lives.
Yeah, just like Jesus.
There hasn't been a, I mean,
Excuse
you can't
you,
say there's a
Adrian.
resurrection without a
No,
proper
no, no,
death.
no. Excuse you, Adrian. Are you aware of those bumper stickers that say Jesus lives? Are you trying to tell me that those bumper
Are
stickers
you aware of the
are wrong?
cards?
Those imply that Jesus already died and came back. PewDiePie is like still on the cross, but he's
How do
doing
you
fine.
how do you know he hasn't died?
He is
Ow.
PewDiePie.
Roll.
No,
Adrian's
no,
in
no, I'm
Minecraft.
not. No, shut up. I'm not PewDiePie. I'm not PewDiePie.
I'm not PewDiePie! Looks in a mirror, he's Swedish.
I'm not PewDiePie. Shut up.
Wait. What? You know
Delay?
why I'm confused, right?
You pressed the button, and then
Yeah.
it didn't do anything.
And then it didn't do anything, and then I left, and then it opened.
I mean, it was opening just very slowly.
No, it was not.
I thought there was.
Anyways, back to PewDiePie Jesus.
So,
Pewdie
I mean,
Jesus.
I feel like we've said all we
Someone
need to say
sent
about
him
that.
this.
Implying that he would care or see it.
You don't know.
True.
You don't know.
He
I've got a
showed-
whole. Excuse you, Adrian. I have a whole 3 viewers on my stream. I'm pretty sure that makes me a big deal.
We have 3 viewers.
Don't you know who I,
I know
am?
one of them's Saba because she keeps talking, which I appreciate.
Yeah, one of
Thank you,
them's
Saba.
me, and then one of them's you.
Oh yeah.
That makes 3.
I wonder if they're gonna change that ever, where your viewer or your view as a streamer doesn't count.
Counts.
I mean, I guess I technically don't need to be watching my own stream.
Yeah, you don't need to be.
I just do to see if the video feed goes down.
When I used to stream drawing, I did that to make sure that my stream wasn't lagging. And almost 99% of the time, it was, and it was either lagging or frozen. Because my computer is a laptop
No!
potato.
Wait, I thought. Here you go, Jesus.
You're about to get shot
No!
point blank with a 50 caliber.
No, you don't
shot.
Exactly.
get to
That's
hit
why I
me.
was fucking terrified.
No, I parried. You can't hit me. Shut up. Stop. You can't hit me. I parried you.
All right, we're done with that. Cool. Nice, tiny little shooting section. How
Better
cathartic.
than Catalyst.
And there's Catalyst.
Yeah.
Fucking Alakablam.
I'll look a blam.
Did you? I was watching videos earlier today. Are you guys familiar with the concept of the Pokemon gods?
Yes.
I was not aware of like
Wait, do you mean the fighting game ones or the lore ones?
the lore ones that stemmed from translation error.
Yeah.
I won't talk about all of them, but basically the idea was that when Pokemon, the first one, got localized into a bunch of... Saba's reacting to Jesus PewDiePie right now.
Excuse you, Swedish Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
I'll
God.
consume to that.
Swedish Christ.
Jesus, Swedish Christ. But yeah, anyway, when Pokemon,
Amen to
the
that.
original, got translated into a bunch of different languages, Nintendo didn't really have a policy for any of that shit, so they just kind of let people do whatever. And so, you know, we know that Abracadabra. Okay, that didn't work. Abracadabra Alakazam is like a common thing that
Abracablara.
magicians like say in our magic acts. In
Yes.
Germany, it's actually like Shamalam Shambazim or something like that. It's like sorry, but it's 4 parts
Salabim.
instead of 3. But because there was only 3 parts to the evolution, they only used 3, which led a bunch of German players to believe that there was actually a secret 4th evolution of Alakazam called Bim. And so German players would like create all this like fan lore about Bim and how he was actually the most powerful psychic type Pokemon in the world. And then when they learned about fucking oh my god, Jesus Christ. When they learned about Mewtwo, they went fucking insane because they were like, "It's Bim! It's Bim!"
I miss like where it would just be like, dude, you can get like Sonic in Melee
Exactly,
if you
yeah.
like beat Cruel whatever Melee on like 100 with everybody.
But now
guessing
we
that
have the
none of
internet,
you-
so you just kind of don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Which is fine in the sense that it leads to a lot less disappointment, but there's a lot less wonderment.
Guessing
Yeah.
that you guys don't know or watch Fantasy High.
No. What's that?
Is that the one with shit? What's his name? It's like Asian
Brennan Lee
dude.
Mulligan. Zach Oyama?
Maybe not. Never mind.
Okay.
But
Well,
anyway, you're saying.
it's a D&D live show, and just it reminded me that there is a character where at one point they go to like a big pirate ship, and it turns out that one of the player characters' dad has a cult following, literally a cultist that like pay him his patronage for magic stuff.
Nice.
And one of the pirates is this like little halfling guy with like a big beard that goes down as double braided, and the DM was just casually like, yeah, so this is old young Benjamin, this is Avery, and you see this grizzled halfling with like a wild face, and he introduces like, my name's Jungle Down Bim, and everyone was just like, okay, and then later on they did like a relax stream where they like talked about the game or whatever, and they were like, yeah, so like they did like a Q&A, and one of the questions was like, what the fuck is up with Jungle Down Bim's name? And the DM was like, so unpopular opinion, but Down does the heavy lifting in the name because it makes Chungle sound like a real word. And it kind of ties the whole Chungle Down Bim, and they had this whole like etymology thing about Chungle Down Bim's name. And it became a recurring bit later on because the cultists turned against the player character at one point, and Chungle Down Bim was like, "You ain't a real pirate, and your dad was spit in your grave at the notion. I'm gonna shit in your mouth."
Oh my god.
God.
And the player escaped, but then like they went off the big pirate ship, and that just left for a while. The player character was like really traumatized as part of this whole quest line. Like he was never a real pirate. His dad was disappointed or whatever, and like the cult hated him. And then later on, after he went through like a whole thing, they went to like this big forest where the thing was like the forest manifests all your deepest fears. And at one point, the player was like walking through the forest, and the DM was like, you see a silhouette up in the tree line, jumping from tree to tree
Oh no.
with a to-go coffee just in his hand, sipping it, and just I'm gonna shit in your mouth, like jumping around like a monkey.
God.
It was
Trickle
just,
down Bim, he's back.
yeah.
Hello,
So that's
Saba.
that's Chungle
Hi,
Down Bim.
Saba.
Oh, Saba is now in the
The
call.
commentary is
instead
too
of
much
chat.
funny. I
It's
had to
too
say.
much funny.
It's too much funny. Zach dying and throwing himself off and failing is really funny.
I was just
Like,
expositing the story of Chungle Down Bim.
Trickle down Bim.
Do you think this
Oh, I
has-
did
do you
watch
think
the
this has
stream,
physics
guys,
though?
last time, and there was something I expressly wanted to mention.
No!
The fact that Zach was, you know, kind of saying that, oh no, I never bully anybody.
I never bully anybody.
It was in fact this exact spot where he said it.
No.
Yeah, it was.
We were here,
He's
right
cute.
here.
Cue
I
everyone
don't
on chat
know.
being like, uh-huh.
And Saba, you came here to confirm that, didn't you? You came here
Oh,
to confirm
yeah.
that Zach never bullies anyone.
Of course.
So,
Wait, Zach, did you alt? Yeah.
Zach risked it just to mute Saba and
Oh-
silence,
oh my
silence the
God.
crowd.
he risked the stream just for that
You
power.
risked the
Authoritarian
entire
streamer.
I am only good guy. I am
It's
not
Detroit
bad guy.
become man.
It is
Detroit become
man.
authoritarian.
I just realized I can't unmute Saba easily.
God
No, you
damn.
Well done, Zach.
Can
Yeah, I
she
made- I
leave
made
and
an
then
error.
join?
No, because it's a server mute.
Good job.
damn.
We all know the truth, guys.
Shit. No! If Lawrence just says the thing anyway, there's no point. Alright, she's not muted anymore.
Okay, good.
Oh
It's
my
okay,
God.
I put it in
Dude,
Twitch,
it
it's
didn't
there
crash. I'm so
forever.
happy.
The
We all
game
know the
doesn't want you to
truth,
silence Saba.
We all know. Explicitly. At least one example.
Did you watch the edited video, Saba?
I caught the ending of it, but it was great.
Okay.
Grand.
Thank you.
It was very excellent.
Now Saba's too
Thank you.
quiet. Oh, I missed it. I just straight missed
Nice
that.
going, fat fingers.
No!
Nice shot, fat fingers.
Didn't you already play this section though?
Yes.
Yeah, he started from the beginning.
I started from the
'cause-
beginning, and we're here in, like,
Why,
I
do you need
think
to
a
prove
third the
something?
time, and that includes watching a video in between.
Yes.
What was... I think... Did I mention the as him bit on stream at any point?
The
The what?
The disguising yourself as him bit?
No.
No.
Oh,
Well-
is this the one where, like, the person...
Oh wait.
They were putting on a disguise, and it's like,
Yeah,
he
disguised
you
himself
died
as
years
him.
ago.
Yeah, and then the...
You should no, don't just tell the story because it's so fucking good. We could easily put that
I-
into a video.
I think it was Phoenix, right? You told me?
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's most of our stories, but I just want to make sure that I told that because that's from the same show, and I just thought of it again after telling the story about Trungle Down Bim. And they have that show has another character that I absolutely adore, and his name's Galir, and his character is that he's like the campaign setting is like it's there's like orcs and elves and goblins and stuff, but it's like modern and high school, and the player party is a bunch of high schoolers, and one of the characters, one of the like recurring NPCs is a pudgy, kind of like not super, kind of down on his luck elf guy named
Is this
Galir.
No, this is great.
And his entire character gimmick is that the party is like a bunch of like barbarians and like powerful magical bards and wizards, and then Galir is just like a dude who's kind of got like a bad comb over. He's a little overweight. He put on some weight.
Digglers!
He's just like a kind of pathetic guy, and the party keeps interacting with them, and because the DM is the comedian and they all the shows cast comedians, they all keep escalating, and so Galir just becomes progressively more and more pathetic as the show goes on, where he
Oh,
goes
no.
from like
Oh,
he
dear.
goes from like, yeah, you see Galir, he's got like a badly tucked in shirt, you know, to like later on, like episode 30, it's like Galir's like, Fabian, can I please ride on the back of your motorcycle to school? My car has been repossessed by Uber, and I just don't have the means to get there.
Oh no.
No, that's so sad.
Which, by the way, getting your car repossessed by Uber is not a thing. That's just them stealing it from you.
Well, Uber has a thing where you can rent. Why was that soft? Uber has a thing where, in order to guarantee that they have drivers, they offer the ability to rent their cars. Like they have like just
No, there
they
was no
have just
attempt
like
there.
they just have like shitty like Acuras that they can loan out. So technically, that joke does make sense in the sense of like, oh, they repossessed the car that they were renting to me. Oh, it's Carrie.
They stole it.
There's another
What?
What is Carrie doing right now? Get her on stream.
I don't know.
We need as much chaos as possible.
There's
You
there's
reposted
another,
in the wrong Dimmadome.
there's another point where like before that when he still has his car where Galir is just like Fabian, can I get another ride to school? There's bees in my engine. And,
There's bees in my engine is really good.
and then Fabian's like, stop. Before you ask me anything else, how the fuck could you get bees in your engine? And Galir's like, well, your mother has bought me a subscription for yogurts on a weekly basis, and I thought that my car had a front trunk. It was the engine, and I've been using it to store my yogurt, it's very nice yogurt, so it has a pocket of honey in the side. And long story short, I've attracted a nest of bees in the engine now.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Like,
And there's a subplot where Galir like gets kicked out of his existing relationship, and then there's another player's parent that just randomly decides to be his like sugar mommy, and fucking the player character whose parent that is fucking detests Galir and is constantly trying to like get his mom to stop dating Galir.
But Galir deserves the nice treatment.
So what happens between season 1 and 2 where like they're doing like introductions to their characters and how they happen between like freshman and sophomore year high school, and Fabian's like, I've been training with my battle maid and to get the respect, yeah, because he comes from like a rich pirate family. So he's like, my battle maid, and I've been training so that I one day may get the respect of my mother to get her to stop dating Galir.
Hey, we're officially past the end of last stream.
Yay.
wow,
No.
you did it.
No, wait,
Zach.
no, we're not. Wait.
Oh, never mind.
Nope.
And now I'm just disappointed.
Wait. Did we do this?
Did
Are
we
you
done
sure?
this?
So you sure?
Did we big dumb?
Oh, right, because yeah, it is. Because right after this, I think the helicopter, and then we go through like
Right.
things.
The last stream was crazy, man. There was audio thing,
Yeah,
visual things.
a
and I
lot
was like-
happened.
I couldn't hear people half the time. I was like, okay, but at least the best parts were at the beginning, so I heard that.
I just remember.
Oh my gosh. Actually, if you ended up clipping the pipe part, you should just label it as Pipe Dream. So good.
I wanted to.
Because it never happens.
There's
Except it does.
There's one more thing I wanted to mention. There's one last thing I wanted to mention about Galir, where there's a point where the party's like, they're really high level. They're like level like 10 out of 20 or whatever. So they're like halfway through their max level. And so like, for example, the variant is like 100 hit points, can do like 20 damage per round or something like that if he hits some attacks. And at that point in the campaign, they're on like a quest to retrieve like a crown, and they have to leave the kingdom, and they decide who are we gonna bring. Well, we should bring our classmate, like senior friend. We should who's like a jock. We should bring like this werewolf character that we've recruited. Oh, let's also bring Galir out of town, out of the country. And there's a part where they're like at a hotel, and a battle breaks out in the lobby, and Galir is there, and the DM's like, alright, so Galir is going to move 10 feet this way, 10 feet back, and then 5 more feet this way, and then he's gonna duck and crouch, and then the next turn is a monster, and the DM's like, and then this monster runs up to Galir, rolls to hit Galir, hits Galir, Galir has 4 HP, and the monster deals 27 hit points of damage.
Oh
Oh
no!
my god.
And the monster tears Galir's head off, and
No!
later on they revive Galir with magic, so it's whatever. But Galir's like, I think the monster was confused by my sporadic movement and assumed that I must have been a spellcaster weaving a dangerous spell, and so he he totally killed me. I'm completely dead. Like wakes up with like a panic from his resurrection, and it's just like, oh, poor
Poor
Galir.
Galir.
Oh, god damn. Rip Clear, man.
Galir is
That's a
Galir is such a
meager
popular character in the
existence.
show. He's such a popular character in the show that despite the fact that he's been described as like this kind of like pale, pudgy, out of shape, like not very well-to-do, usually yogurt stained, kind of like that balding comb-over
Why
character.
am I in this campaign?
Despite that,
Wait.
Oh my god.
despite that,
I say
well,
balding when I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, maybe, I'm not sure. Sorry.
you're also
keep
not
going.
blonde, but
I'm not?
no, you're brown-haired.
Dark. I don't know.
Dark brown.
Dark brown.
But anyway,
Oh, it's
fuck, what was I gonna say? I had a point to. Oh no, yeah, I remembered. He's become such a popular character that there was a there was a very brief stint in that fandom where they were like, you know what, we should give Galir something he deserves. Let's make this week Hot Galir Week. And then
hot
there was like
clearly.
and there was a bunch of fandom and like short fan art and short fanfics released where it was just Galir but he's hot instead.
Yeah,
Instead of like
yeah.
dumpy and shitty.
There's like Galir in like a leather jacket with like no shirt, but he's still kind of pudgy and like.
Well, I'm glad that they
Galir.
stuck with the core of his character.
Yeah. And then fucking cause like that's how escalation works in comedy, right? Is that like you can't lower from what was already there.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going higher and higher. So
Wait, is this where I'm supposed
just, it's so good. There was a point where they were like Galir's like original stepdaughter was like, I need to get Galir a job. I'm sorry for mistreating Galir all these years. And so she goes to the school and goes up to the current principal and is like, hey, so this is Galir. He served as like an elvish counselor for like this elvish nation.
I think it's behind you.
He used to be like a counselor for like varying elvish diplomats and whatever, and he has all this like fucking like qualifications. And the guy was like, and he was like, so I think he could be a very good school counselor. And the guy was like, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. The school counselor position was filled minutes ago by this ex-addict, junkie, drug dealer werewolf named Jawbone. And so Jawbone's just off at the corner like, hey, what's up? And so but the principal's like, but we do have another position. The lunch lady was killed in a battle the other day, and the player was like, Galir's not a lady. He'd be a lunch lad. And the player's like, I don't like that. I don't like lunch lad. And the guy's like,
lunch lad.
and the guy's like, well, I could see he's already an expert in food based on the glob of yogurt on his shirt there. And he's like, Galir, I told you to change. Like, I had a quick cup before the meeting to bolster my confidence. And the player was like, yes, Galir will take the position of lunch lad. And it was like, oh, okay.
Oh, Galir.
Galir is
Did
really
it.
good.
Wait, is this even where I'm supposed? Oh, right, the pipes.
I did it, but no.
Pipe.
Pipe 2, here we go. Oh. He's
There
not fat
we
He's
go.
doing it.
Oh man.
He's doing it.
Now to
My
delete,
God.
now
He's
to
really
delete
doing
all of the old footage, so it just looks like I'm pretty okay at the game. Oh, bag.
Old bag.
Right.
I should send a Galir compilation because there's a few of them out there.
Hell yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
Or you could start watching the show entirely because it's a very good show if you like D&D shows. Although if you don't like D&D shows, then you won't like it.
No one say anything. You can only see us when we're talking. It's like a velociraptor or a
I
T-Rex.
smell D&D. I burst in his axe room and start sniffing all his dice.
Oh, no! Those are my good dice. Terrence.
Fantasy high, but it's only about Galir.
Terrence stopped by to grab his board games and stuff. I almost made an error.
Ooh.
He stopped by to grab his board games and stuff, and then as I was packing up my nonsense, I realized that he had like I had accidentally like forgotten Wrench, one of the RDI characters, and so I messaged him and was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, you should get this back." And he's like, "Okay, I'll just swing by on Monday and go grab it." And then I don't know if someone told him. Maybe it was me, maybe it wasn't. Oh, dude, is that Brent Weinbach?
No?
No?
What?
Never mind, he just looks like it. Never mind. Anyway, sorry. There was a guy who was on some Polygon board game show that he was really funny, and I didn't know.
That's not Brent Weinbach. You're thinking of Brennan Lee Mulligan. Yes, he was on that board
Who's
game.
Brent Weinbach?
is some black-haired comedian who looks nothing like that guy.
Oh. I don't, well,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not gonna
Brent
lie, I
Mulligan.
just kind of assumed because it was the only Brent name that I knew.
His
Anyway,
name's
long
Brennan,
story
not
short,
Brent.
Terrence was like, I heard that you were saying that my D&D card game was Adrian's, and I was like, yeah. That was the whole point of my fucking story, by the way. That was it.
Was there anything else that conversation?
No, there was nothing! It was literally
Hey.
just that.
Alright then.
I just wanted to say that, and then it took too long, and then it wasn't funny anymore. This is where it crashed, by the way.
Yeah.
Because as
Yeah,
from
with
the
the blue
video, this is
building.
where we started talking about.
Oh yeah, this is where you fell.
Oh, I fell again.
Oh, fate repeats itself.
You're probably wondering how I got into this position.
Yeah, no, Brennan Lee
Good
Mulligan.
intro.
Brennan Lee Mulligan is a fantastic comedian.
He's very funny. I watched those two Bored as Hell
Overboard?
episodes. Yeah, there you go. Bored as Hell is the Funhouse one. My bad. I watched those two episodes that he was in all the time, and you know, obviously there was other stuff that went on that was great, but like, God, he has such a way with just timing, and obviously he's a comedian, but. Oh, I just
Yeah.
realized why I was tilting so hard. I was hitting Q and not actually balancing.
Brennan Lee Mulligan is like a senior comedian.
Yay, we're further than we were yesterday.
At
We
College
did
Humor.
it.
Now you did it. Yay.
Oh
He's
my
been
God.
at College Humor for a very long time.
Is College Humor still around?
Barely. They lost a lot of funding, so they're cutting a lot of stuff.
Rip.
Fantasy High is actually one of the few things keeping College Humor above board right now.
How do I get
Hello?
Take your time. The guy can't hit you.
Yeah, what are these people using the same guns that
Ow,
portal
ow,
turrets
ow,
use?
Oh, now he's hitting you.
Wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
And jump.
there.
Yeah, you know,
Oh,
you're
I
right.
just
go
went
there.
around the corner because it was forward. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you assumed that.
Listen,
Zach never assumes. What are you talking about?
listen. I will not take flack for that. It's just like I thought. Bye, by the way.
Oh my God.
No, not. You didn't think. You were certain.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Sure, if you say so.
There's
Down,
a
my
difference
dude.
between something and being certain of something.
Down, my dude.
No, I
Down,
wanna
my
get up-
dude.
no, but I wanna
Oh,
get up here.
we're up.
Okay.
Oh, it's up, my dude, Lawrence. Okay.
Fuck you,
It-
Lawrence.
It looked like it could go down.
Yeah, but you're not a video game boy like me.
I'm not gonna take
I'm
flack
the
from
one
someone
who
who just
wins.
failed jumping
Oh,
up.
Aaron Hansen's back.
Hello, everybody. I'm
line.
gonna make some fart jokes.
Real
Yeah, he was
propane
better in his
here.
older days.
I liked it when he made fart jokes with the one that and was also chubby.
Hello?
He's chilling. He's
you-
vibing.
Yo, he's big
He
chillin', leave him
vibing,
alone.
my
I'm trying to get this gun out of the secret cache mine.
Can
He's
I
trying to
help
reach
you?
for a
What
secret
if I-
gun.
You're
what
gonna
if I
get
step
it
on
when I
Does
get
it do
this
anything?
gun.
No? Alright.
Are you teabagging him now?
I wasn't. Well, I guess I literally was. I wasn't trying to, though. Alright, where
Guys
am I
in
going?
Chat, man, that you teabagged.
Wow.
Oh!
The crane is
okay.
completely red.
Yes, I get that.
What
Yeah.
could it possibly
Remember how I-
mean?
Move,
Remember how I
Faith!
told
Stop
you you would go
standing there.
Faith, you gotta keep moving. And I'm like, nah, I'm kinda tired.
I mean, after all this running,
Robert.
who can blame you?
I'm about to say, am I even delivering anything right now, or am I literally just trying to escape?
God, I don't remember.
I think you've
You
been
went
escaping
all
for
you
the
went
past
all the way around
hour.
that crane to the wrong side of the ladder, Zach.
You're looking for jackknife.
Thank you, Adrian. I didn't notice.
Just, I don't know if anyone else noticed, because no one else said anything.
Please continue to elucidate us on the current situation.
I will continue to hallucinate.
Hey, you can't.
Procrastinate.
Woohoo! This was a
No, wait,
wrong
no.
jump.
Well done.
Nice try, fat finger.
I didn't see
Nice
the.
job, fat finger.
I didn't see
Oh,
the.
yeah,
I didn't
throttled
see the
away.
thing.
Grant, do I have you on Snapchat? think I do.
No, I don't think
Does
so.
Grant have a Snapchat?
I had it before you.
That's not true.
Oh.
It is.
It is
It's
very true.
It's very much true. Oh right, yeah.
Because I was thinking I should send a Snapchat of, because if no one else will, I might as well record fucking the guy in Skyrim being like, "Nice try, fat man," and send a Snapchat of it.
Is Grant just the
Fat
resident
fingers.
editor now?
God.
Hey
I don't know
Grant,
if he's-
hey Grant, if my YouTube channel ever takes off and I have more than $0.00 of like reasonable expenses, can I just hire you as an editor?
Yeah.
We'll learn together.
Yeah.
Junior
Hey,
added you.
great. If you ever need help with basic editing too, I know how to basic edit. So. go ahead.
Okay.
Saba, you
I can do
have
that.
not sent me
I don't need your
anything
help
yet, so
though,
I don't
Zach,
want.
okay?
Excuse, motherfucker! I was just about to call you bitch, and I was just like, I probably shouldn't do that. But
Thank
and then
you.
I did anyway in explaining my joke. But I'm just saying, it's my YouTube channel. How am I supposed to get your
I
edit?
just said if Grant needed help.
Oh, sorry.
It's Colonel Sanders.
Sorry.
Oh.
I was just kind of on autopilot because of the.
You gotta
because of the-
steal. The...
Oh, this
It
is
says
wrong.
warning high
This
voltage.
is wrong.
Well done, Zach.
God.
I panicked.
Reading comprehension.
Visual comprehension.
Is this still really?
Look,
It
it
says
says
warning.
on it.
Well, okay. How do I?
I believe this is the jackknife level, so you get the first boss battle.
Oh, okay. I gotta go across.
Well done.
Nice try.
Did you,
Nice
did
try,
you,
fat
did you
finger.
hear me gasp?
I heard,
I heard you
exhale.
slam Q.
I heard you exhale in exasperation.
This is quality content right here.
Yeah.
Pipes.
Quality.
Man, I'm really
Hey.
glad that pipe works.
He's doing it.
He's doing it.
He's really
He
doing it.
has evolved.
This time,
That one's also electrified.
electrified.
This?
It's
That's
eclectic.
wrong. It's eclectic. Boogie woogie woogie.
You know,
What the fuck?
you guys know.
This?
It's
you
like
guys
you need
know.
to climb something.
Thanks, Saba. I just don't know what to find.
You gotta
It's like you need to
climb
play
Do
the
something.
you all run over the fence?
Here?
Zach, you gotta climb something.
I don't know.
I don't. Oh, I can turn it
Zach,
off.
you gotta jump around.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow,
the
it's almost,
button.
it's
Jump
almost like
around.
everybody who was shitting on me was wrong.
I wasn't saying anything. I was trying to say something else.
Yeah, but I hate you.
That's fair. You guys know Brian David Gilbert?
Yeah. Oh, oh my
I-
God,
I
Zach.
want- Behind the Unraveled.
I want to shake that man's hand. I love him so much.
Through a
He
latex
was-
glove.
No,
He was in a.
I,
He was in a.
never mind. I was about to say something really vile, and I was just like, nah, I shouldn't say that.
He was in a guest live episode of Fantasy High where he played as Hargus, the half-giant aspiring actor with 8 charisma,
Aw.
Wait,
Argus.
wait.
out of a possible 20.
Yeah, I'm about to say, wait a minute. Oh, look, it's a bag. Oh, dude,
Why
tic
does
tac
people
toe.
dream?
Bro, nice.
None of them win.
Nobody wins.
Wait, what the fuck does this say?
Chicken scratch.
No,
Anything that?
Things meat.
It says gullible, bro.
Something meat would do. It's like
For
some,
love?
It's yeah, for love, and then red is anything, green is that. Oh, it's the song.
And
I would do anything for love, but I won't do
anything.
that. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
The joke. This is wrong.
I was
You
just
read a
gonna
love
say-
letter and you jump
No,
off.
no,
the
no!
building. Oh no.
I was just gonna say that in the guest episode, there's really one between Hargis, who is Brandon Buell's character, and also one of the other characters, Gorgug, who's like his character's like
These
a
are great
dorky.
names.
His character's like a dorky half orc who's like kind of like a loner type. And there's one point where they're trying to get to like backstage at the school play, and Hargis is like, "Don't worry, guys. I am actually affecting my voice, and it is much higher than my natural Goliath voice, so this deception will be easy." And then he like tucks away his like beret in his vest where it's still visible, and puts on a fake mustache and walks up. It's like, "Hello, my name is Mr. Hargus, and I need to pass by here." And it just made me think of immediately after that, Gorgo looks at him and is like, "He's doing it! He's really doing it!" And then later on, the main cast has like a huddle because they're not sure about Hargus' intentions, and they're like, "We need a team like Fabian's like, we need a team huddle, guys, and they gather up and before anyone else can say anything, fucking, they're like, "Guys, what the fuck? Like seriously, what the fuck?" And then Gorga's like, "I know, he's dripping with charisma."
He's
That's what the
too
huddle is about, right?
likable.
Oh my god. Which way am I supposed to, like...
Up.
No,
Up.
I know, but, like, there's two ways. Is this just empty? Oh, it is. Okay, understood.
Play devil's advocate, I'll say down.
Thank you.
Faith just pulls out a shovel and starts slamming it into the ground.
Okay.
Minecraft music starts playing.
Dude, Fate's about to dig straight down.
How do I...
Oh, bro,
Uh,
no.
She's about to
Did-
dig some brown bricks in Minecraft.
Did you
Minecraft.
guys know about the actual origins of the phrase, or the term, rather, devil's advocate?
Did you know?
Did you know?
I'm
No.
going to take that as a no. Okay, good. It was whenever it was like in the old Catholic Church. No, please, no,
Nope.
up.
I thought you were about to just break into song, then all it was the old Catholic Church.
The old Catholic.
Church!
Why didn't I just go down?
Because you were scared for some reason.
Wait,
Well,
was
I
that
thought
really
that was a
satisfying?
thing where I was about. I thought that was a thing where I was about to
It's
drop into like a big shooting gallery and die.
It's like when cats are about to fall off like a 2-foot high stool and they panic to try to keep on.
Anyway, so yeah, the actual term "devil's advocate" comes from old Catholic teachings, where whenever someone was up for sainthood, obviously, if you're already up for a sainthood, that probably means that you're good. But they needed to make sure that someone else was there to represent the opposite end of the religion, and so they would literally just appoint one of the cardinals to be the
You are
devil's
devil.
advocate. And it's really cool.
That's kind of interesting.
I just did it again. I'm stupid.
Haha,
What
sidestep.
is?
I saw a gap and I was like, jump,
John.
jump.
Don't
I
mess
mean,
us up.
am I not supposed to, like, can I not?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You can
I
climb
am.
up.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Okay.
What's y'all's favorite type of cake?
That was
The
cool.
ones
There was a fucking custom animation for that. That's awesome. My
The
favorite.
ones I
type-
see when I
I'm
turn
stupid.
around and look in the mirror.
Oh, yeah. About to say my favorite type of cake is Bobby.
I was
That's
gonna
what's
say, it turns out that this quarantine and me not doing a lot of movement in my own house meant that I've been gaining weight specifically in my butt and thighs.
Congratulations.
Adrian's dummy thick.
It's
Adrian,
legitimately.
I think I have a new favorite flavor.
I've never experienced this before, where I can press my feet together and my thighs are like pushing
Cake's
against
great.
each other.
Cake's
I've
so
never
nice.
experienced that before.
Except when it's a lie. But besides that,
Even when it's a lie, I thought that was a pretty good narrative point in Portal. But
Butt
Cake's
roll.
to
delicious.
legitimately answer the question, I think my favorite type of cake is red velvet because I like it because it's just
Ooh.
chocolate but with red.
I'd probably say
Red flavored chocolate.
That's literally what
faith
it
with
is. by the
chocolate
way.
Grant.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I
Oh my! I died.
You died instantly.
Oh my
I'm a
god!
big fan of ice cream cake.
But that's just
Oh.
ice cream.
Okay, well now you gotta give me what's your favorite ice cream and ice cream cake.
Chocolate.
Okay.
cake or pie.
Wait.
Cake. I would say. I don't eat
I
enough
feel like
pie.
cake is an indulgence, whereas pie is a treat that you can have like more frequently, like after a meal or something.
True,
Cake is too
because
much.
pies are like you can have half of it's just fruit, and then by that point,
Yeah.
unless you like
Yeah.
load
Yeah,
it
but
with
it's
sugar,
usually,
can we
like,
not say
candied
pie is a
fruit,
like
right?
good thing? No,
Right,
not
but it still
necessarily.
feels less intense than like a full cake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cake.
you're
I
definitely
don't know.
right.
It's too sweet for me. I would prefer pies. I think.
I mean,
Cake
I
is
mean,
the cake too
Grant,
sweet,
and
or
not,
is it
and
the
then
frosting
it,
that's too
it
sweet?
definitely depends on who's making the cake then, because if you
You
go to
make
like other
an excellent
countries,
point.
I
like
mean,
American people, a lot of sugar.
yeah,
It's
I mean
him.
we're
That's
we're
the thing.
talking about
Jackknife.
traditional like baked cake, not like fucking Vietnamese fucking jelly cake.
Ooh.
So
Why is it so
Jelly.
jealous? Because
it's
not
not very
American cake.
good. It's not.
You know,
It
American.
doesn't taste very good, but a lot of grandmas eat it because they can't afford to eat actual cake. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Man.
I will
I
say
mean,
that I've
pie.
What was the
Depends.
point?
for
of
some
this?
reason, whenever I go to a family gathering that involves a cake, they never have traditional chocolate real cake. They always have either like jelly cake or some sort of fucking like mango cake, or like
Mangoes are
other.
good.
Oh, I think
It's-
I know.
There's
I
a
think I know what
door.
you're talking about. Because Lawrence, didn't you
They're-
have that for like your birthday one time? You were
Mango
at
cake?
the. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Oh my god.
That
It's
guy
him,
looked
it's
like
Jack
Kingpin for a
Knight.
moment.
He's wide.
He is pretty
He
wide.
looked like
Oh my
Kingpin from the
God.
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
I was gonna say he looked like Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna say Vince McMahon.
My
yeah.
God!
Wait.
Is he gonna break through the? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Wait. So how do I
You ready
fight
for
this
this?
guy?
That.
You gotta kick him.
Nice.
Oh.
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 Skip. Is he dead?
So
Yeah.
he
Grant,
set
summarize.
up. Yeah. Faith thought that he set up her sister to take the fall for murdering that politician earlier.
Shit.
one with the
Because
R,
you're trying to
yes.
clear her name. I don't remember what he says, and then he falls.
He's like, it wasn't me. It was
I
knife.
think
It
so.
was knife Jack.
You're also supposed to.
Oh.
You're also about to go through a big combat moment.
That's
He also looked at you and was
No.
like, "This was a shorter boss fight than I thought.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like,
This
it was
is
like, I
boss
thought it
fight.
was gonna be more intense. It was
I thought
not.
it would have like a health bar or something."
What the fuck is this?
It's a
Gun.
weird looking gun.
That looks like the gun that I tried to send Zach, and then he said only pick 3 of your Price is Right items, and I scrapped this one.
Is this a
It's a
shotgun?
shotgun.
Yeah.
What's the?
You
what
can
the
tell
fuck is
because
the-
Zach's bad at using it.
That's true. What the fuck is the thing at the top?
Oh,
Is that
back
iron
sight.
sights?
Yeah.
It's a weird scope of.
It's
some
not a
sort.
scope. It's
Sight.
clearly iron sights.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
sorry,
no, no, no.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, oh.
you're getting whacked.
Fuck.
Time to redo the fight.
It's fine. I'll get it better this time.
Now you can have your cool moment.
Well done.
No, it's not.
That's not very cool. Oh, that's really not cool.
But okay, because clearly they intend for you to do that. So there's got to be like a certain positional timing where I can. Because it's like I want to jump and then it's like I can't even do a flying jump kick on this guy. Hello, where is the other man's? Let me regenerate my health like a Call of Duty game.
You
There
missed
you
that
go, my
one.
color's back.
Try another.
Try another. Where
Have
are
any of you guys watched that Germa clip of "You Missed That One, Try Another"? I think I made
God,
you
I
guys
need
watch it,
to.
didn't you?
You told us about it.
Did I send it in chat? It's
You
only
did.
a
I think
long.
so.
You did.
No, you missed that one. Try another.
Try another.
another.
Try another. Oh my god.
I sent a lot of stuff last night.
You did.
You did.
Every single
Oh my
time
gosh,
you made
there
a
was
reference
so
to
much
something,
I
you
had to go
sent a
down.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, because I want you guys to be up on the context.
90% of the content of this channel so far is Adrian making internet references.
Yeah, just like
Welcome
Mike
to
and
my sense
Melissa.
of humor.
Mike and Melissa? Saba, did you watch
Oh,
Mike and
no.
Oh my
Melissa?
god.
I didn't, but I heard a lot about it.
You
want
know,
us to
do you
recap
want
the
to
plot
join
for
the
you?
cult of
Sure,
Mike
give
and
me
Melissa?
plot summary.
Oh my god, hell
Oh.
yeah.
Summary, and I said summary. I
How
don't.
do I?
Alright.
Wait.
Grant, you can take it away, because I think you watched it more recently than I have.
Alright. So there's this Chad, right? His name's Mike.
He draws
He's a
himself
real-
very buff.
He's a
I
very
will say
buff
you
dude.
need to send a screenshot of what it looks like in order
Or
for
should we do that
Saba-
after?
No, do that right now so Saba can picture it in
Alright.
her mind.
I think,
like beautiful,
Oh.
beautifully drawn. Also,
yeah, picture.
Imagine a senior animation student at Cogswell.
Wow.
Yeah, this was a senior thesis film.
unfortunately, I mean, very fortunately.
Lawrence.
Here's a picture of our main protagonist, by the way.
Okay, I was grabbing the one from.
Oh, this is this is
Oh
so
yeah, there
beautiful.
he is.
There he is, and he's wearing his signature shirt too.
Yeah. So he's a Chad. He's a cool dude. He wears fox ears and a Mega Man hat or whatever. And he's in college, I think.
Yes,
No, yeah, he is.
He's in
Presume.
college.
And
He's in
so
college, yes.
it goes through. It begins with his day. Various goings on, like playing video games and doing stuff, and then he has to go to his class.
Well, from
where-
context about his state, one of the first things he does when he wakes up is say, "I look weird," and then start howling really loudly until his neighbors tell him to shut up.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Hey, Grant,
And
real
so he goes-
quick, can you do a
So-
double wall run?
Yes, you can.
How?
If you're good enough.
And then
Turn
you
right.
did
Got it.
it. There
Oh,
you
never
go.
mind. Okay.
And you
And
still
you technically
fail. Let's-
don't need to jump on the second wall run. You can fall into it, I believe,
Okay.
like into
Oh,
the
how
poles.
classy.
to then
Anyway,
throw.
continue this nightmare, please.
Continue with Mike and Melissa, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he goes to class and watches this really interesting lecture on which I assumedly he makes fun of his professor
Yes.
on how bullshit art is and
Or
or design.
composition.
Specifically composition. He
Composition,
hates
specifically composition. You're right, because squares or rectangles.
Oh my gosh. That reminds
He
me of
then
someone.
he
Okay,
then goes to a party
A party,
with his
yeah.
friends.
His metalhead friends.
His metalhead friends.
And he's
because there's
embarrassed
gonna
about
be
the
a
party,
metal.
because it's not metal.
Yeah, it's not a metal party. He also drinks and then pisses a lot.
Beer.
There's an entire
Beer.
musical number where it's just 3 beats of beer, go go go, psst,
And then,
repeating
yeah.
infinitely.
Oh my god.
And that's
So,
a song,
uh,
entire
Man.
song.
Where am I supposed
Yeah.
to go?
Forward.
Where? Can
Or
I?
see on the left. Turn left.
Oh,
down
okay,
there.
Thank you. I legitimately just didn't recognize it.
And then you
Please
wall run.
Please continue.
Yes. So he's at the
So,
party.
He's at the party and he meets this other girl and they're sitting on the couch together and
He's babbling drunkenly.
babbling drunkenly, and then she's like, "Yeah, I have to go," and then leaves him. And he then screams / cries, "I just wanted to talk about my series."
Yes.
Then a musical number happens of very not metal music, and so his metalhead friends
Yeah, there's
are
a guy
very
with a tuba.
upset. Yeah, there's a guy with a tuba, so it's very not metal. So his
There's
metalhead
the-
friends are upset.
The guy on stage screams, "Please don't leave!"
Yeah, and then one of his metalhead friends starts playing, like kicks the guy off the drums and starts playing it. They then leave, and Mike pisses
What?
on a tree.
Playing is generous. He
He
taps the
hits
drums
the
as fast
drums.
as he
He's
can.
generous.
He taps the drums as fast as he can, repeatedly.
Mike pisses on a tree while talking about how he just wanted to talk about his series.
Yeah, no, he pieces on a tree and some guy comes up to him and you can barely hear the guy over the blaring quote unquote metal, and the guy's like, "Don't pee on that tree."
Yeah.
And then Mike breaks out like, "I just wanted to talk about my series."
And so he goes home, and he's just
It's
broken up.
by the way, it's smash cuts from that. Like,
Yeah.
it's him screaming out, and then immediately he's in his bed.
He's in his
my
bed,
God.
and he's like, "Man, I gotta
like-
feel something."
I gotta get it over with. So
And
it's
so
off
he
screen.
grabs the lotion,
He grabs the loser lube.
Oh
It's
my
called loser
God.
lube.
loser loop, and immediately starts, attending to his business. And
Yeah.
then
The
Off
weasel.
screen.
suddenly, what?
Like like
Choking
his
the
junk
weasel.
is like all out of frame, so he can show it in
Yeah,
his
it
college
doesn't
film.
show it.
It's his animation thesis, so he's showing this in a classroom, so he has to have it off frame.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
this
Okay.
is this is shown to a class, and so then he's doing that, and then does he finish the
He
first
does
round?
not.
He
In the
does
middle
not.
of it, he gets
There's like a
kissed.
voice. Yeah, he gets kissed by a skunk girl,
A purple skunk
Oh,
girl.
and so he
purple.
starts, you know,
The
freaking
purple
out.
skunk girl is also very muscular.
Yeah, for
You
some
should send a
reason.
picture of the purple skunk.
Oh my
And so-
god, this is all over the
And this is the Melissa part of the story, by
yeah,
the way.
this is the Melissa part of the story. And so she kisses him. He's like, "Whoa, this is crazy." And she's like, "Oh, but you're hot or
You need
whatever.
me.
You need me." And she's like, "I'm actually in your head." And he's like, "So I'm crazy." And she's like, "Haha, you're so funny." And he's like, "Oh, okay, this is fine."
Yeah, and then they
Wow.
do it.
And then they do it.
Okay.
And then they go out on a moonlit walk.
Where he discusses the nature of his relationship, where he's like, so I'm insane, and she's like, no, you just need some help, and I'm here to help. And then
Because you have
Mike-
such a strong creative imagination.
Yeah, because you're very imaginative. And then Mike's like, are you gonna be jealous if I get a girlfriend? She's like, she's gonna be, and then she's like, well, it means I'll have done my job. And then there's this really quote-unquote heartfelt moment where she's like, just never forget about me, okay? And then they kiss under the quote-unquote moonlight, where the
Yeah.
moon is round.
It's round, quote unquote. Shit.
It's a moon.
It's identifiable as the moon.
What the
on
fuck?
You,
He
You
haven't.
also mentions but bleeps out, assumedly, his ex-girlfriend's name.
Yes. And that's the
Wow.
picture of the credits, where the credits play over the beautiful moonlit moments. That
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay, just to clarify, this guy is just an animator, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think
'cause if
he's-
he was like
A messiah.
this writing, it is just the greatest thing I've
Oh,
ever
you-
heard.
There's
guys.
a good amount of
forgot-
stuff that
Oh
there's a
my
good
You
amount of stuff
forgot
that we
the
cut
good
out, by the
part.
way.
You forgot the good part in which he actually got someone else, like
Oh yeah, there are
really
multiple
good
voice
voice
actors.
actress to voice
oh my,
Melissa.
I am so sorry for that.
I mean,
Someone
she's-
actually.
She's really good in comparison
good.
to everyone else.
She's good.
Man.
She's not bad.
This is my favorite part of the game.
What?
Just
Breathe
this,
it
Are we
right.
having-
Breathe
just
it
this
right,
office of the janitor, where the janitor's just like
Oh,
hyping
no.
him. He's just hyping himself
Yeah.
up.
Are we
I love the
having a
janitor.
Ratman moment here?
Kinda, but it's just a janitor. I just rolled on a railing.
But anyway,
Wait a minute.
you should watch the actual video, Mike and Melissa, because it's very, very good. and we cut out some
No.
stuff.
It's
I'm
fantastic.
not going
I
down.
don't know
I'm
if
not
I'm
going
never
down
gonna
there. Are
get
you
that
fucking
Oh
kidding?
yeah, Zach. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
my favorite part.
Oh my god. What? Oh, okay.
It's behind
Oh!
you,
Um.
and now it's coming towards you.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is insane.
This
This,
is
is
my
so
favorite
dangerous.
part of the game. This is my
I like-
favorite part.
I linked Saba, Mike, and Melissa in our DMs.
Oh my god.
Please,
I'll
please watch it.
eventually maybe get to it.
Join the
What's over
cult.
there?
Oh my god.
This is terrifying, by the way.
You're telling me.
Well, guys, don't forget, if you need anyone who can write a good story, make sure to come to me, okay?
Make sure to
I
come
know,
to Mike.
I know that person's such a great storyteller, and that he's probably gonna win all the awards. But
And-
don't forget about me.
You hope you can live up to him.
I hope I don't think I can ever live up to him, to be honest, Grant.
No.
He's what
please go
he's
up.
he does it all. He did his own music, his own writing, his own
He
animation.
did.
Wait, no, I don't want to. I don't want to die by train.
He is the truest
don't.
Renaissance man. He is what all of us should aspire to be, except maybe Zach, because he doesn't do coding, I don't think.
But there you go. This is why I, as a writer, exist.
Yeah, I mean,
For
Zach
Mike
should,
and Melissa.
Zach should maybe look up to him for just general purposes of existence, because he's a clear role model in all fields.
I will too.
Because I love drinking and pissing on things.
And singing.
I like singing.
Singing's fun.
I don't think he sings in the video. He howls. He howls.
He
at the beginning of
howls.
the-
There
That's
you
pretty
go.
close.
I
That's
have been
beautiful.
known to howl every once in a while in a fit of rage.
Not quite like
or when
this,
you see a
man.
cute pupper.
Oh no.
I mean, in the beginning, he howls just because
He's a
He
furry.
wakes up.
he
No, he
howls
wakes
because
up.
he howls because he looks in the mirror and is like, "Man, I look weird. I'm insane," and then starts howling.
And his neighbors tell him to shut up.
Yeah, his neighbor's
Shut
like,
the
"Shut
fuck
up!"
It's
Alright.
really
Can
unfortunate that I know
make-
someone who
can
would
I
do
make
that.
this? Can I make
Like
this?
howl just
Who
out
would
of nowhere.
stifle?
Yeah, he's
who
in the
would
call right
stifle
now. His name starts with a
creativity.
Z.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
I didn't know Zaba.
Yeah.
So-
Excuse me?
Hello.
I mean,
Got it.
Saba is clearly the only character we're eligible to be our fucking Melissa analog in this
Fuck.
call.
Oh my gosh.
Also,
Why
you-
can't
you
I
should-
be Melissa?
Yeah.
I'm
Because
muscular
you're
and
not-
also part
you're not-
skunk.
I was gonna say you're not buff enough.
I'm buff and part skunk. I feel like I more than qualify. There we go. That one worked for some reason. Nope, that one didn't work. All right, all right. I like this
Yeah.
section. This is a good section.
So Mike
Yeah.
and
Hey,
Melissa is
Grant,
fantastic. You
I
should watch
didn't
it.
like
Yeah.
I didn't like the subway.
Dude, the sub. Oh, you can't wait for the next part, Zach.
Oh,
There's
God,
more.
Why? It's
Just
so
what?
It's so scary.
Just,
wait,
just
wait, ventilation off. What
Yeah,
fuck
the
would I wanna
fans
do
are
that?
off. You can go behind the fans.
Where?
Okay, jump.
Those fans stop to the left, top left.
Here?
Oh my gosh. I'm
No,
so
no, the other
horrified.
ones.
Alright, well,
Go to the other. Yeah.
Watching bits and pieces of that is.
Mike and
Oh my
Melissa?
gosh, I get what you mean by like the voice acting is kind of
Left.
reasonable, but then at the same time
This.
I'm like horrified because it's
No.
reasonable, and then comparing it to
Go
the
back
art that
to the
I'm
other side.
seeing.
Oh,
Yeah, go to the second half.
Okay.
Is it not the greatest thing you've ever seen?
Gosh, I
Is it
can't
not the greatest
fathom
thing you've
the
ever seen?
words to describe it, Grant. That's all I can say.
Oh wait, what the heck?
I don't know what fans you're talking about, my guy. Is it not these?
Just
It might be
become like
these are the
only
Mario
ones
and
that I
then
can
throw
even
yourself over the
remotely
fan
get
and
to.
then allow it to like push you up. That's how you do it.
Defy gravity, please.
Do I have to turn it off again?
Does it do anything to you?
Yeah, I'm assuming it chopped me.
Go to the other side. Don't. No. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna hit this again. Because now it's off.
Yeah. See, those are off. So I think that means the other side is off. I think it's like a timed thing.
This, right?
Yep.
Great, this is what I was-
it's timed.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
real.
This is what. That's what I was asking. I was like, am I supposed to go here? And you were like, no.
Yeah, because I thought it was the other side. I got twisty turned around.
No, that's okay. I understand. It was just like, because you were like, nah, it's on the other side. And I was like, dude, there's no. Because I thought you meant the ones that were up here. And I was like, dude, there's no fucking way I
thought-
can get up
I
there.
thought you were on the side of the thing.
Nah.
Yeah.
It is kind of symmetrical, so I get it. Oh, that's what I meant. Why would they have a temporary shut-off switch?
The
This is an
janitor installed
emergency,
it.
Zach.
That's why he was employee of the
Is this
month.
gonna turn on?
It
He
will.
makes it like a giant obstacle
Ooh!
course for
You ready for
that.
this, Zach?
Ready for what? Wait. Wait,
They're coming in from that way.
Wait. No!
You
What?
have to
On
jump on
top?
the train.
I can't do that, I'll die!
3, 2, 1.
I don't want to turn around.
What?
No. Face the way the train is going.
Is it gonna be like I have to dodge signs?
Yes.
Surprised my 3-2 was actually pretty accurate.
It was. Low tunnel ahead.
I can't go.
Oh, tunnel
He said
ahead,
skip to that
die.
other train.
Either duck or get out. Oh.
I don't want to be here anymore. Wait!
Oh.
Wait.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm supposed to go
my
under.
God. Oh my
Zach!
God.
I didn't realize I was supposed to go under.
Crouch.
Oh my gosh, you're being wrecked here.
I did
Oh
get
God.
hit 3 times by very high velocity. Wait. I okay?
You're fine.
Are you sure? Are
The
you?
blues are stopping the train.
We're
Go,
not-
run. Go, go, go.
Where?
They're not gonna be able to get through unless there's a train coming behind you.
There's one coming your way.
Barely managed to get
All
out
right,
of there.
that's a big explosion. Also, that knocked me on my
Yep.
ass, which is fucking cool.
That was my favorite part.
Dude, that was fucking cool.
Hell yeah, it was.
that was terrifying because I was like, because as soon as I saw that I was above the train, I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. Wait, because I saw the door, I was like, oh man. All right.
I think
So
you go to
Zach,
the mall now.
Gosh,
Yep,
you're gonna
we
hang
need
out
a
at the
mall.
mall
Yeah.
Grant, how far would you say that he's
and
from
be one of the
now,
cool
roughly?
kids.
I think we might be halfway.
Yes. I
Well,
got an
this is the-
hour left.
This is the 2-hour point of the stream, by the way.
Correct. Of the 3.
Well, I don't know if everyone else wants to stay around and watch this peanut show. No.
What
Oh
the fuck?
god.
I don't know if anyone else is staring at the peanut gallery here. As we all pelt Zach with peanuts as he desperately tries to balance a rubber ball while balancing a rubber ball on his nose as well.
While also
Screaming
while
Mike and
also
Melissa
talking about say
quotes.
while also talking about Mike and Melissa, by the way. Oh no!
Oh my
I mean,
god.
Zach is trying his best not to engage with our discussion, I feel like, about Mike and Melissa.
There's no criticisms to be had with Mike and Melissa.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, that's
I
why Zach
can't
can't say
provide
anything.
any
Saba.
commentary here. What?
I can't believe you would betray me like this after I beat you in Hearthstone.
Join us, Saba. That's
Hey,
the
I
reason
did that
she's
to make you
joining.
feel better.
What are you talking about?
Zach is slowly proceeding to break his ankles.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
No, you're right.
Right?
It's
Like, is it
Spider-Man.
not here?
Aim higher, maybe?
Aim
What?
have better goals. Aim higher. Achieve more.
I'm pretty
you
sure.
Achieve more.
You missed.
Sounded like
Try
Saba was
another.
trying to imitate Donald Trump.
What?
What?
Have higher
Kinda did.
goals,
Oh, there
aim
you go.
higher,
Cool.
There
achieve
you
your
go.
It
goals.
just didn't work
Higher.
the first time.
Achieve your goal.
Achieve
Aim
your
the
goals.
highest.
We have the biggest goals, the hugest goals. Wait, this is wrong.
Other way.
Achieve your goals. Wait, no, that's wrong.
We aimed
It's
the
not
highest.
this goal.
Here?
Yep. No.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh, you did it.
No one broke our ankles better than me.
I know all the
Dispatch, we
best
have,
breaking angles.
We barricaded the area, but there's some girl just kind of walking around, jumping and breaking her ankles over and over again. What should we do, Dispatch?
I have the fattest
is it-
She'll take
fingers.
herself out
Is it not
eventually.
this?
Aaron
looks-
said, yeah, that was it.
I thought. Wait, turn around, because it is this direction.
Turn
No, not that
around,
direction.
every
Go to the right. The right.
The right, to the left.
Yeah.
Jar,
Go in the
lid,
middle. Oh, yep, there we go.
The
Okay.
lid, the lid, the lid, the lid, the lid.
The lid.
Patrick, the lid.
Oh shit.
I need the
They
light.
see ya.
Wrong side!
Oh no!
Oh!
Yeah, I just
Hey, you got
get a
to see
good
the
shot at me,
animation
guys.
again.
I did, which is it's a great anime.
That was a good,
Animation.
like, I think they purposely did that too.
Ah!
That's pretty good.
You know,
Oh,
for a free runner, you're really bad at escaping the cops. Because you cannot
Zach
escape.
likes the free walk, okay, it's the newest form. The free running.
Well, I should be. Nope.
Here's.
Am I supposed
Don't
to
let
go?
that
Oh, I'm
bird
supposed to go
pick
this
up.
way.
Yeah, you're supposed to go forward. Yeah.
Wait! Grant. This game does not really.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to
Leave
backseat
right
No,
there.
I
game
know.
too
No, no,
much.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this game has a difficult time showcasing what forward is.
That's why there's a
Yeah,
button
that's why
for
they
it,
have
isn't there?
alt.
Correct,
Yeah.
but I feel like they could have figured that out better.
Authorized personnel only.
I'm personnel. I'm a person.
They don't
No, it's
authorize
not
them.
red there.
Damn
You don't count as a person, you're own.
it. I was
Oh my
just about to
God.
say. What if I walk into that?
To the subway or to the train?
Yeah.
you'll die.
If I walk into the
Wait.
side of it, how? How would I die? What? It
Because
rips
it's
off
going
all my
like.
flesh?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I remember.
All right, Zach.
Eve should have.
Let's try
Eve
this
should
out.
Have more. Eve should have tougher skin. I could do that. I could touch the side of a moving train and not die.
Perhaps not die, but
Good luck. Yeah. I wish you luck in your endeavors, Zach. Hope I see you again.
You're all
Yeah.
just doubters. I think if anything, these past few streams have proven that you guys don't have enough faith in me.
The authorized
are
personnel joke.
I am
reminded
Faith.
You are
me-
Faith.
I keep calling her Eve.
Uh-huh.
Because the city's called New Eden, so I'm like, yeah, Adam and Eve, obviously.
Wow,
Uh-huh.
Zach's really good at just extrapolating things from nothing.
Okay,
The game hasn't mentioned the word Eve one time.
okay.
Yeah, I was reminded of a joke that I made a while ago about the personnel joke, where me and my friend were playing this game where I was like this undead warrior type, and he was playing as like a wizard character, and he made his character black. And at one point, the AI just whenever we were fighting each other, the AI would always target his character, despite me being really tanky and being able to actually take hits. And so he was like, "What the fuck? Why are they targeting you?" Like, and the game didn't have any like skills where you could like aggro your enemies or whatever, or they were hard to get. And I didn't have them. And I was just like, "Dude, they're targeting you because of your skin." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's because you have skin and I don't."
Great.
Okay, is that high voltage? Voltages don't touch.
It's just barbed
Because
wire.
of the barbed wire.
Helicopter.
The brand wire.
Oh, really? Is it a tack
Oh my god,
helicopter?
there's so many police. You'd think with all these police they'd be able to do something.
Can you hijack the helicopter?
The right.
I mean, they've
Right.
killed you many
No.
times, Zach.
There was a soft.
There was-
There was?
Yeah, there was a soft red.
Yeah, that's why I said to the
You
right. To the right.
To the left.
Or am I already down?
To the left.
I think.
Now
I think
kick, now
They
kick.
put me down.
Yeah.
And take it back now, y'all.
One hop this time.
Yep. I'm glad everyone
Hi!
knows it. Good.
I'm stuck on this
Hi.
railing. Hi, my name
Come
is
on.
Faith.
Oh, I play the one where you fought on the stairs.
Hello, my name is Joy.
What was the last one?
Who's the
Faith,
third person? I
Joy,
don't-
Hope.
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 Yeah, hope.
Oh
Oh my
god.
Double punch.
I think you
Both
might
head
go.
out.
Or not. He heard me.
He's like, what? Did you call me Grant?
Should have been like Red Robins.
Yo.
Woo,
Most effective
woo,
marketing
woo,
campaigns
woo.
ever.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to say that, like, I remember a bunch of people on the stream trash talking Applebee's, and I had Applebee's, and it was okay.
Applebee's is terrible.
I don't really care for it.
Nah,
I don't remember
it's-
this conversation,
very,
but it's meh.
It's very bad.
I had the ribs, and it was fine.
Their ribs are, or at least the ribs I had were terrible.
I mean, I had takeout ribs, and they were fine.
They're rubbery.
You took out your
sauces.
ribs?
Yeah, you take out ribs.
In metal.
Put them back.
They give you a torso and you have
You
to rip
need
them out
those.
yourself.
I mean, they weren't the best ribs, but they were acceptable. I ate them.
I
Well,
don't know. I haven't had
Adrian,
good
what is
I
your
think
level
that
of
the-
acceptability?
I'm about to say,
okay?
I
gotta
think that
get this
being
up-
able to stomach something does not mean it's alright.
Well, they didn't cause me any harm. I wasn't offended by them. They tasted
Uh-huh,
fine.
uh-huh.
They came in and stabbed you
I
and
didn't
were
think-
like, hey,
I
you're
didn't think they
here's
were
the ribs.
I thought, you know, this is mediocre ribs. They aren't great, but they're not horrible.
Is mediocre the same as okay?
Are you
I
sure
mean,
it's
in
not
my
the same
book,
as
yeah.
it's edible?
I'm about to say, by definition, it's food. By any sort of ethical
It-
argument, it's probably, like, from a pigsty.
Torture.
It didn't taste bad. I mean, that's a lot of food, Zach. Most food is made unethically, either because they take up too much land to produce, or cruelty, or etc., etc. Like,
I mean,
Well,
that's
it's
not really what I was
capitalism, but-
getting at there. I meant more along the lines of it was garbage.
it tastes fine.
Oh my god.
Doesn't taste
I
bad.
almost broke
Jesus.
my fucking hands.
I didn't have any gastrointestinal
should've a long time
troubles,
ago.
and I didn't feel like I wanted to rinse my palate afterwards immediately or whatever. It tasted fine.
Okay.
I didn't eat it and I was like, "Bleh, I need milk or something, or I need a bowl of
Wood.
pasta to wash it down.
You need wood.
Water.
I don't know why you have to specifically bring up pasta, Adrian. Literally everybody else also said that it's not great.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
I don't know. I haven't had good experiences.
Fuck that guy.
Right, but were they bad experiences?
Yeah.
Alright, well that's... Alright, I guess that's reasonable. I don't know, I just didn't think they were that bad. I thought they were...
Wait.
Gotta,
No!
gotta jump to the other one. Yeah.
Nice.
I had to do that on the fly. Okay. I'm
But
starting
anyways,
to learn that they basically only have like 3 parts to a level, and then they just kind of remix them. And now that I'm like
Yeah.
learning those 3 parts, I'm like, okay, I can like spot read these levels a little bit easier.
Well, I mean, it's like the same environment, right? So how much variety can you put within the same environment?
Well, I mean more of like the actual mechanical tools that they're implementing in order to make these levels.
But what I wouldn't
think
give
my thing
to
still
design on
stands
one of
as
these.
well.
What I wouldn't give
I
to
mean,
have
that is
Faith's
true. I wonder what else
magnificent
they could
legs.
have did to make
They
this a
coulda
little bit
did.
more
More
Paragliding.
guns.
More birds.
More
The one is like if you
Dude,
smack it to a
it's a
bird, it
solo
knocks you
cup.
off.
Nice, dude. It's my business card.
Oh, it is your business card. I still have a few of your business cards, by the way. When I was
I have yours.
when I was
Business
cleaning up
card,
everything
man.
and putting them into
Yeah.
boxes, I found a lot of shit.
Oh my god.
Turns out
Typically
I was kind of eclectic. All of my stuffed
Eclep-
animal,
eclectic or a klepto?
not a klepto. I didn't steal shit. But like even all of the stuffed animals fit into those boxes.
Nice.
Oh wow, the stuffed animals. That
I miss them.
I miss when they were soft and not kind of crunchy for some reason.
that is not a good advice.
They're not crunchy
Very-
because they're dirty, because they're very much not dirty. But
It's because they're melted.
yeah, about to say, it's just I put them through the dryer, I guess, a few too many times, and the plastic fucking started melting, so it's all crusty. And I'm like,
Oh.
no! The fucking, like,
Zach.
nylon wait, can I? I did it! Yay!
Zach dumped him in the
Yay.
chalice one too many times.
Bug.
It's a backpack.
It's a bag. Oh,
That's
hello.
a pack. Chicken?
Is the pillow is a pet.
Is it
It's a
right?
pillow pet.
Hello, pet.
Oh my gosh, I had one of those. It was my
Were
little
those-
sister.
So apparently
great.
there is what? What the fuck is up with that?
Oh,
There's a
kick me,
guy
will
kicking
you?
your clothes.
Oh, kick me, will you? I'll show you.
Okay, so apparently there's a really good test, I guess, to see when a millennial became like aware of like television and general entertainment and stuff. Do you guys remember the commercials for Zoo Pals? What the fuck
Yeah.
was that?
Oh
Are
my
those the
god,
plates?
yes.
Zoo
Zoo,
pals?
zoo,
You have to
zoo
remind me what
pals.
it is.
Are those
If it's
the
the
plates
plate,
or the
then I do
plushies?
remember.
It was the plates
It
that
was
were
the plates.
were
Oh,
animal
I was
faces.
Yeah.
I was
And the
legitimately
commercials
as
were
you were
like in
saying,
songs. Oh my god.
literally
Like, I
as
think I
Dead.
as we were talking about pillow pets, I was literally just thinking like, what were those plates called with the animal? Like I was literally
You
just
guys
thinking that.
remember? Was it like magic sand or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god. You might want to crouch.
What the fuck?
I
You wanna
still
go in
never
there,
understood
no.
how that
Wait,
was
here?
magic.
Oh!
You can, yeah. You might want to
There was,
crouch
like,
though.
So many.
Zoo, zoo,
Who's the guy?
I mean the magic.
What else is there? Since we're
Dude.
older.
Dude, Lawrence,
Oh,
the
come on.
magic of magic sand was that it was sand and you added water to it and it was no longer sand, it was now mud.
Well,
potion of mud.
it wasn't
And then it
explicitly
becomes
that it was
potion of
mud.
sand.
By the way, this mall is fucking cool.
It's really yellow.
I
It's
would
a lot of
I,
floors.
I would love to go to this mall exactly once and then never again.
I've had
Guys,
like
look,
more
it's a color design. It's yellow and blue.
I've had like more than
contrasting
a few
colors.
dreams that have taken place in massive sprawling malls like this.
Do you remember? Wait, this is wrong.
You're getting shot and you're running towards them.
Well, oh,
And getting
Oh,
shot.
they're
Oh,
behind you.
goodbye,
Uh,
sir.
hello.
Yeah, they're not red either, so.
They're missing a lot of shots though.
Okay.
They were warning shots.
And you didn't even move.
Go on,
Yeah,
get.
they were warning like, go on, guy, you're not supposed to stand here. Get.
You
Go on,
gotta
kill
keep
it. You're not supposed
moving.
to be here. Wait, where am I?
You were
You're supposed to
loitering.
go up, right? Just so
Yeah,
can
you
climb
gotta
up.
get to the roof.
But how?
To the woof.
Can I go on this?
Ooh.
Just raise the roof.
There you go.
To the window. To the wall.
I literally, like, the only reason I was able to figure out that I was supposed
Get
to
to the
climb
roof
that, or I
on
could
the
climb that,
mall.
was because of the subway level from earlier.
Ah, seating.
Sort of.
You
I
guys
feel-
remember Floam?
Dude!
Oh my god.
Whoa.
No.
Stop. Stop with all these things that fucking commercials have tried to capitalize in my brain that I then forgot. That are like these commercials have legitimately like sleeper agent planted words in my brain. These are like my fucking wake up words now.
Is this not the way I was supposed to?
It do be like that sometimes.
Capitalism really do be planting sleeper words in your head though.
Yeah.
You're about to get surrounded.
Yeah, I figured that, but
Follow them.
I figured.
Go into the girls' bathroom. They can't follow you in there.
Goodbye.
yeah.
You're supposed to go into the girls' bathroom so they couldn't follow you.
If only I could open a door.
Oh my gosh.
You can only open doors
Yeah,
by shoulder
Saba
tackling
would.
into them.
They put a lot of like candy. Oh my gosh.
She was
I'm just looking
thinking
at
about
images
Floam.
of well, what is it?
Mike and Melissa.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Saba's
God.
discovered her new, like, persona.
Saba
No,
has,
we
much
are.
like the rest of us, become infatuated with pictures of shirtless Mike in that film.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Straight into the spank bank.
Okay. You guys remember Hatchimals?
I mean, yes,
Vaguely.
because that was way after my time.
What was it?
It was basically loot boxes but stuffed animals, where you would get an egg, you had to take care of the egg for like a while. It was like a big egg, and then would hatch, and you'd get a stuffed animal inside. But there were certain stuffed animals that were more desirable and rarer than other ones, and so kids were going fucking ballistic, being like, "I want more Hatchimals."
Oh yeah, and I know that
think I
became a thing.
remember
Okay,
that.
and then like succeeding that, then you also, do you guys remember Zuzu Pets?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
Yeah.
I looked up
I-
early 2000s commercials, and the first image I got was the Zoop House plate.
Yes.
I said, yeah.
I never had any of these because my family didn't indulge my capitalistic wants.
I
for
mean,
the better.
I didn't have any of these either. It was.
And also the
because I'm not dumb.
candies. I see a baby bottle pop too. I think.
Y'all
That was
remember
just
the
good.
ringtones
I-
you would like
I-
text to?
I think so. Oh, I do not remember that.
Not those.
I think I do remember that.
Wonky
It's weird,
Jamster.
How do I get up here?
but maybe not.
I
Dang,
can
they had
climb
like so
on
many
this.
jingles back in the day for stuff.
Can I? Hey Grant, can I do like a wall run into a wall run into a grab?
Yeah, I think so. I think
That
that's what I
sounds
want you to do.
physically
Are
exhausting.
you? Are
Well,
you
not.
sure? How?
You have to jump to the other
Oh,
wall.
let me
I think, maybe?
check.
Jump to
Oh
the
my God,
other
okay.
wall.
Oh wait, because you could grab onto that. That's a ledge on
Where?
the other wall.
That?
I think.
Oh.
Yeah, that little part. I think that might be a ledge.
You are.
Yep.
You are correct. I do remember that commercial though.
The one
Zoop
where they
House.
say,
Speaking
you are
about
correct.
ledges, Did you ever play Catherine, Zach?
Yes, I did play Catherine.
Okay,
Wasn't
I
that the
like.
really
I'm. Yes, Adrian, it is exactly the one that you're thinking of, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. At the time when I was playing Catherine that first time, I did not like the dating element, and I much more liked the puzzles. And I was like, man, I wish I could just skip all this fucking dating nonsense.
What was the game? Oh, no, I wasn't thinking of Catherine. I was thinking of Lisa.
Ooh!
Whoa, too early. Way too early.
Got chopped into bits. No.
I was thinking. I wasn't thinking of
Lisa-
Catherine. I was thinking of
Lisa
Lisa the Painful.
Yeah, there you go. I do have that too.
I haven't played it yet, but I've heard it's just depressing
It's
Earthbound.
It's very sad. It is like It is like early 2000s Pixar level of sad. Where
Do you
it
like
just...
challenging puzzle games?
Sorry?
Do you like challenging puzzle games?
Yes and no. It depends. Like, it's more along the lines of, like, what do you define as a challenging puzzle game? Because
It depends.
I have done puzzle games where it's just really difficult and it takes a while to figure out the solution. Those I like. The ones I don't like are the ones where it's just like, oh, I figured out the puzzle, but now I just have to do this very specific input in order to get the puzzle completed.
Whether or not Zach likes puzzle games depends on whether me, Lawrence, and Grant are there to make fun of him for failing at them.
This is definitely not a puzzle game.
We
Like
gotta play
I
Professor
said it
Layton.
before, Sabo, but I really want to play The Witness on stream.
The Wetness.
The Witness.
He who.
It's the porn spinoff.
Hi, I'm here for more. I'm here to kill cops.
And we have
Yeah,
that
like
audio
kill
clip.
cops.
Cops and make a political statement.
How the fuck do I get up there? What?
This reminds me of that Jackie Chan action scene where he like jumps down the fucking Christmas display and all the Christmas lights are sparking everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I want to
Yeah, I
watch
love
more. I
Jackie
want to
Chan.
watch more kung fu movies, but I need like a list of like really good ones because apparently they're really bad.
Just look up Jackie Chan's filmography.
Just Jackie,
Yeah.
like if I like give or take a few degrees, if I just watch a Jackie Chan film, it'll be good enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
if what you're looking for is cool stunts, then yes, absolutely.
Okay. What about cool stunts and like a cool story? Because I'm not gonna lie, I
Ugh.
think the only like kung fu movies I have ever seen are Shaolin
Oh.
Shaolin Soccer and fucking Kung Fu Hustle.
Have you watched Ip Man?
No, I
Dude,
have not.
Ip Man-
Apparently
Oh
there
my
are
Ip Man
four
god, I
of
love
them.
Good.
Ip Man. Except no. See, you have to like watch I think the first I think 2 or 3 because the first 2 or 3 was like made by I think not American company.
Yeah.
And then
The
American
fourth
one
companies took
was.
over like
I was gonna say
Yeah,
when
that
I was referencing Jackie Chan's filmography, I referenced specifically his Chinese films because his films in China are willing to work with him to get the perfect shots, whereas his films in America don't have the time or money to care, so he has to cut a lot of perfect shots, and also the editing in America tends to be very shaky and very constantly shitty, whereas his Chinese camera work is usually steady, long, like steady
Well, because there's
shots where you
lots
can
of
see the
jump
whole thing.
cuts and everything.
Yeah, American
in America.
editors ruin it by doing that.
I-
There's a very good video I saw where it was Jackie Chan and dissecting like how he blends like action and comedy together perfectly.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Ah, you mean Around the World in 80 Days?
No.
Oh. What is that? What is
Ip
that? A bad
Man
movie?
is great. I recommend Ip Man 800%. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
first 3.
Okay, if I
If
can find
I-
it, if I can find it, I will definitely check out Ip Man because that's a double.
But the fourth one has Mike Tyson.
Oh, God.
It does have Mike Tyson. I don't know if I'd recommend watching the entire thing, but I would recommend watching the fight scene that I described a while ago to Zach from Fighter in the Wind, where it's the guy at the dojo. It's based on Masoyama, who is the creator of Kyokushin Karate. It's based on his life story, which, by the way, the character Ryu from Street Fighter is also based on Masoyama. But
That's cool as fuck.
yeah, so it's a movie about the guy that Ryu from Street Fighter is based on, basically, where it's this wandering martial artist who challenges dojos and takes them over and stuff like that. And he's like filthy and raggedy, and that's the inspiration for Ryu.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But yeah,
What was it called again?
Fighter in the Wind, specifically
And
the
you're-
dojo scene.
Okay, and you're not specifically being like, yeah, you should watch the whole movie. You're saying that one scene is fucking dope.
Or
'Cause
just
that's
the fight
how-
scenes in general, because the fight scenes in that movie are awesome.
Okay.
Because that's how black belts came to be, like why they are the highest. Because you would have a white belt, but over years and years, it would eventually turn darker and darker, until it was eventually black, which showed that you had the experience. And
Yeah, and
everything.
the one right after White Belt was yellow because the newbies always pissed their pants whenever people punched them in the bladders just training.
That's not
No,
real,
that's not
is it?
true. That's
Okay.
not real.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Yeah,
I'm about to say that'd be really funny if that was
As
actual.
initiation, I will now punch you in the bladder to make you pee
I
your
will now
belt.
piss on your belt.
Similarly to the Ryu thing, because I did not know that. Did you know that Makoto from Street Fighter is also based on a similar historical figure?
Yes.
I don't remember her name, and I don't remember the majority of her story, but all I do know is that she's fucking cool, and that she
I
inspired
remember.
like 19. What
Oh
happened?
my god.
Hold on. I was actually gonna
Jesus.
say, speaking of Makoto from Street Fighter, who's by the way my favorite Street Fighter character.
She's the best.
She's the best. I was gonna
What
also
about
mention
Dudley,
that
though?
Dudley's fine. I like
Also,
Makoto best,
also
but
Third Strike, by the way.
Third Strikes was a great game that I never played, but I love its graphics and it's very good right here. But anyways, as my point was being that Ryu, as far as his aesthetics and his storyline, are based on Masayama, whereas Makoto's actual fighting style is more based on Masayama's fighting style than Ryu's is. Ryu's based on a different style of karate.
Oh, that's interesting.
So Makoto is actually based on like gameplay or like move-wise Masayama, whereas Ryu's based on aesthetic-wise and story-wise Masayama.
Hey, Grant.
So,
What the fuck?
mm-hmm.
Where am I supposed to go? How do I get up here?
Luigi code.
Oh, wait, can
Can
I?
you look down?
Ah.
Yeah, there you
Yep.
go.
Beside the wall
That's
is red.
very. That was very weird. All right, now there's a door.
In case you guys didn't know, Masayama was the creator of a very crucial form of martial arts to history called Kyokushin. He was famous for a lot of things. One of them being that he took over like hundreds of dojos in his heyday by challenging them and beating their masters. Another being that in his later years he took part in two styles of publicity stuff that became very major and popular. One of them was the 100-man challenge, where he would beat 100 contesters in full combat, full sparring combat, like full contact, all in a row. Which was impressive. He did like 7 of them in his lifetime, and he won all of them.
What
The
a
second,
badass.
the second type of exhibition that he did frequently was karate chopping bulls to death,
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
which earned him the name God Hand.
Oh, that's where
God
God
hand.
Hand comes from?
Yeah, we had this literal epiphany last time I talked about him on stream,
Oh.
Zach.
What a badass.
Yeah. So Masoyama, he karate chopped bulls to death
No.
as part of
You
exhibitions. He fought
kindly
hundreds
die.
of people, 100 in a row at a time. He's fantastic. Fighter in the Wind was also a really cool movie about him. And
He doesn't
I-
sound like a real person. He sounds like a myth.
He sounds like a myth, but these are documented events. I was gonna repeat. I already told Zach this. I don't know if he remembers, but basically the scene I'm talking about is one of my favorites.
Where
Where
he shot from?
Snipers
And the
from
sniper
other
on the
building.
right.
Oh,
he
Yeah.
goes to, so here's the context, right? He has been training in the wilderness for a very long time. He's been like punching rocks and kicking trees to harden his bones. He's been doing techniques like 1,000 times in the wilderness and surviving off like foraging and scrounging and stuff. And he goes to a dojo in his raggedy, messed up, like torn gi to like challenge them. And the people there are Japanese and like, oh, you're a filthy Korean. Well, we won't accept your challenge. And so he pulls out this handmade like bamboo like chest guard that he made out in the wilderness, and he's like, if you wear this, you will not get hurt. And he says, I am willing to die if you will let me challenge your dojo. And they're like, whatever. And so the first couple of people walk up to challenge him, and immediately the first combat, this guy just like, oh, does this like big pose, and immediately the guy walks up, kicks him so hard in the gut that he immediately crumples and is unconscious. And then it
Jesus.
continues for like a few guys where he just dominates them with like these insane like kicks and punches straight to the chest or whatever. And it's this short montage where it's like shows like these very short bouts of him beating the shit out of people, and then there's a second part of the montage that's very understated that I love. It's a tiny detail where they're not putting on the chest piece like as far as birthdays, and then like after the third challenger, all of them start wearing the chest piece. But there, and it's not mentioned. They don't have a big scene where like we should wear it. They just do it quietly. And then there's another detail that I love where after they start putting on the chest piece, he starts destroying people with head kicks immediately. And so that's his workaround for that. And then like it shows the master of the dojo like looking as one of his pupils offers him the chest piece, and he looks at him, looks at the guy, he kicks another guy straight in the head. He's like, maybe not.
Rip.
The master goes up to him, and they have a bout where the master gives him a low kick to the shin, and he doesn't flinch. the guy gives the master a look into the shit, and the master like stumbles back like, oh, what the and so instead of Masuyama destroying the guy, he just like trades shin kicks with him, and after like 3 of them, Masuyama's completely unfazed, and the master of the dojo falls over, crumples, grabs his shin, and is like, I think it's broken.
Oh my god.
And after that, there's a montage of him challenging other dojos and winning. He challenges like a judo dojo. He challenges like a bunch of other dojos to do other fighting styles. He challenges a kendo dojo barehanded with no weapons and wins. He beats them by having them break their stick over his head and then punching them in the chest so hard they fall over through their chest piece.
Jesus.
And
What a
I think
guy.
Zach
What a
is
lad.
very excited to find out that there's a part where he's just walking between dojos and he gets fame because people are like, oh my god, this guy's beating all the dojos. So there's a bunch of news reporters following him. He's just walking around ignoring them, and then a fucking ninja ambushes him, like full on like black garb mask, like jumps on his back, like gets some cheap shots to him. The guy keeps like jumping on walls and like spitting stuff in his face and throwing sand to like distract him. It's so good. There's a part where like this like sword fighting dojo with actual swords, not a kendo dojo, is like, what should we do? And they're like a gang or whatever. And he's walking around at night at one time in
What?
like, his jacket. Not even in his gi, he's walking at night in his jacket. This guy in like this leather jacket walks up to him and draws a full sharpened katana at him, trying to kill him. And he
You
and-
are embarrassing literally everybody in this country. You are not allowed to exist anymore.
basically,
Fuck! I keep just throwing the thing. Keep
there's
going.
so he's fighting the guy, and like Masuyama has a scene in his head that he plays out. He's like in mental preparation. He's like, all right, he's gonna try to draw his sword machine, but I'm gonna push.
Discombobulate.
He's like, I'm going to try to stop his hand before he can draw his blade, and then punch him straight in the head. And so in the actual scene, he goes to do that. Immediately, the sword is fast enough to go straight to his neck and almost stab him, but he jumps back before it can kill him. He's like, oh fuck, this guy's really fast. So he struggles on the defensive because this guy's an entire sword between him and Masuyama. And the resolution to that combat comes when the guy, like, Mas, like, fuck it, charges him. He gets stabbed in the gut, and then Mas grabs the blade, pulls it closer to him, and then socks the guy so hard in the chest that he spits up blood, falls over, and dies.
Wow.
What a
And then
god.
Moss fucking stumbles because he just got stabbed in the gut, falls over, and then the next morning he gets up and leaves.
Sometimes it be like that.
There's a part,
It's just those days when you get stabbed in the gut.
there's another
You know
part where
how
like
it
there's some
is.
side plot stuff about like his wife or whatever, or his girlfriend that he's dating, and they're at like a festival, and then casually some guy bumps him, and he puts on his face like, ugh, and then his girlfriend's like, are you okay? What happened? And it pans down, and there's just a full knife in his gut that he's grabbing, and like he looks back, and the guy's completely gone at the festival, and he just like spits up blood, and then is incapacitated for a while, and then recovers after that.
I got stabbed.
Hey,
Makes
Grant,
sense.
how do I
Huh?
get over there?
I think you gotta go down.
Down? How?
So try falling onto the
down.
shipping containers, not those, the ones on the left.
Ironically, I'll play devil's advocate and say go up.
Down.
I had
Maybe if you
to do
shoot
it.
the door with a sniper rifle.
Yeah, shoot it.
Uh,
I mean, I could go
or-
into that door, but why would I?
Wait, did you, I think you're supposed to use the other zip line, because I think you're supposed to fall on the trucks.
I
And
mean,
then down.
but then why would
I mean,
this
you can
zip line
just-
be here?
You can just jump on like the rail overhang, whatever it's called.
What?
It's
Nah,
red.
not
And then you could
the
get to the
red.
trucks from there.
What rail?
Over, it's like the, I don't know what those are called. The things that
awning?
create shit. Yeah, the awning?
That?
Yeah.
Can
It's
you
not,
make
it's
that
not
jump?
red, it's orange, but yeah.
I don't know if you can make that jump. Try it.
I
It's not from
highly
here.
doubt-
No,
You're not
there's
gonna
like
get
a
enough in the
inner
mud.
What if I
ledge
could
right
just jump
there.
to that, though?
I don't think you
I'm
can.
pretty sure you're supposed to take the downstairs door so they can go upstairs
Yeah.
inside.
Hey,
Just one of the things where, like, just take the elevator.
I'm just thinking
Try
about
the other
how,
one, because then fall onto the trucks.
Okay.
I'm I'm just thinking about how in that movie, the climactic scene at the end is the 100-man combat that he invented, where he's in like a wheat field with like tall grass, and there's just people charging at him one after another, where he just like socks them and kicks shit out of them, like, and he deals like dozens of them. He beats 100 people, and the ending is the people that sent the samurai with the sword after him guy. Like, eventually they concede, like, alright, we concede you are a real martial artist and whatever.
You
we
are
allow
a
you to
real
practice."
martial artist.
You are a real man.
And it ends with, like, the movie itself ends with that, but then, like, the credits go on to say, like, well, Serum was a real martial artist, he was very crucial to the history of martial arts, inspired things. And then after the credits, it shows, like, there's a post-credits scene of him, like, in the same wheat field, just like, like in a stance, and then a bull charges him, and then he he grabs onto the bull's head as it's charging, and the last shot is a blurry shot of him about to karate chop a bull in the head as he's grappling it, and it's like, oh my god.
What a god.
That's the coolest shit ever.
He's like a really cool figure, and I'm very glad I learned that.
Poor
I-
bulls. All thinking about it now. Bulls just get like the short end of the stick.
They're
they get
too strong for their
speared,
own
and then
good.
they
It's
get
too
chopped
enticing
in
to karate chop them to death.
Have you guys ever
I-
been to a bullfight?
No.
Oh, I don't think I would be happy seeing that.
How about I
though.
say, I don't think I would be able to go to a bullfight and be happy.
Well
I don't know how much of that movie is actually true, but I do know that he did several times in his lifetime take on 100 people all in a row, and also several times in his lifetime karate chop bulls to death.
It sounds like it's probably a little bit of a dramatization, but based on reality.
Ooh.
Seems like it.
I based on the what you said, Greg. Did you go see a bullfight?
I have been to a bullfight.
How was
I
it?
Was it
see.
good?
What?
How
Was it good?
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, all of
It
these-
was an interesting experience. What was interesting was I forget what they're called. I think they're called like a suicide team or whatever. Is when 7 guys with nothing else try to take down a bull.
Yeah, like, oh, that. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, that's
yeah.
insane.
They also try to get
They should just
one
learn
of the
karate.
guys. They should. They also try to get
Right, that's
one of the
clearly not.
guys to hold on to its tail and be drug around as the bull
Jesus.
runs.
I
Are you sure
this
those
is-
aren't like the rodeo clowns or something? The
No,
ones
I was
that are
thinking
No,
about
they-
that. but
no,
the
no,
rodeo-
no.
Yeah, the rodeo clowns, their job is not to take down the bull, just to distract it. Whereas Brandon's
Yeah.
describing very different situations.
They're also, and the ones I saw was they were on horseback, and their thing was they were trying to oh my god, tag the bull. So they would be on horseback and riding around it, and then they would like hit the bull with like this, I don't know,
Do they
It's like,
flag.
is it like a
at that
spear?
point? Do they still kill them?
I don't
No,
know.
well, because I don't know. Grant, do you know if you went to a American bullfight or a Spanish
I went to a
bullfight?
Portuguese. I went to a Portuguese
Portuguese is
bullfight.
definitely based on a Spanish bullfight then. I don't know if they would kill the bull afterwards, but they do not. At a Spanish bullfight, they will fuck up that bull.
I was gonna say that the
Based
tagging
off
thing
of like the
reminded me.
traditional stuff, I thought it was they end up killing it.
I do not know. I didn't stay for the whole thing.
In a traditional Spanish bullfight, usually like that's when the bullfight ends, is when the bull literally cannot do anything else, and then they all celebrate by killing, by like slaughtering, cooking, and then serving the bull to everybody who's still in attendance.
Man.
The whole tagging the bull thing reminded me of a very fascinating Native American warfare thing that I read about a long time ago, where you could kill your enemy, sure, but it was considered more honorable and like more like glorious in combat to use a special stick called a coup stick to ride up to your enemy faction's leader, tag him with the coup stick, and then leave him unharmed. And that was considered like more glorious. Because
Style on your opponent.
I'm about to
Because
say
it
that's
meant that-
literally just styling on your opponent, and I super respect that.
because doing that meant that you got within striking distance of your enemy, left unharmed, and chose not to kill them. And that was because you're very honorable back in some cultures, I guess.
That's real
Had
cool.
tagged you.
Gotcha, you're it.
Could you imagine ending wars that way? Where it's literally just like, listen, we could fight to the death and like slaughter like hundreds of our people. What if instead we just have a crazy game of tag?
Well,
See, if only people were like honorable enough to do that, but I'm sorry,
I-
Zach. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world where people care about rules all the time.
I mean, I think
Well, yeah.
the whole premise behind the acoustic is that it's only glorious if your enemy is actively trying to kill you. Because if you're both playing tag, I don't feel there's any danger in that. I could be totally
that's a
wrong.
good
This
point.
this part is extrapolation, but
I
I
mean,
think
it
the
does
glory.
make logical
cat and
sense.
mouse almost in a
You're
sense.
This
telling me
part-
bearded men don't chase each other like giggling?
Uh, yeah.
How the fuck do I get over there?
I just want to say real quick, going back to
Oh, I can-
Masoyama for a second.
Got
There's a training montage in before like he goes and kicks all the doge's asses where he's living in the wilderness for a while, and one of the first things he does is like he's trying to gather food. He's trying to gather food or whatever and like berries to eat and like bathe. And then there's one part where he's like there's like a stump. He squats down at the stump, takes out like a baseball sized but like a little bit flatter rock and just breaks his entire hand like karate chopping the rock. He screams in agony, sets the hand, rests, and then keeps karate chopping that rock throughout the montage. And at the end of the montage, he fucking shatters the rock in half like Kirby.
Along with the Earth.
And it's so cool.
could-
That
And
movie's
that's how civilization was destroyed in humanity.
That movie is super cool.
Could you imagine a Quentin Tarantino movie? Because like you know how like he has like
No.
he likes doing like revisionist history movies. Could you imagine a movie where when the heroes like finish their shit or whatever, the Earth just fucking explodes? like imagine he does a movie about like I don't know, because like it's always about like tragedies and stuff like that. So I don't know, like 9/11. And he's like, and at the end they save the day, the towers don't get knocked down, and it's like, yeah, but then the terrorists had a secret secondary plan where it was just a bomb that would blow up the Earth, and then they just blow up
Blow
the
up the
Earth.
Earth.
Dang.
Speaking of, I
can't
recently
blow up
watched.
9/11. No one can.
I recently watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's a pretty
Uh,
good movie. Do you feel
It
like
was
you're
pretty good.
Do you feel like you're more
What?
educated on the Manson murders now?
No, because that is not correct.
What are you talking about? That's exactly what happened.
Because I was like, oh man, they're super dead. Why? Wait, why is that girl on fire?
Yeah.
And then I didn't like how they treated Bruce Lee, but that was the
Well,
only gripe I
because that
had.
was the thing, right? Is that Quentin Tarantino's movies are very much, you know, him. It's very much just
Yeah.
him making commentary in the form of a movie, and he has been very vocal before about how much he does not really like Bruce Lee or Bruce Lee's like attitude in general. And I'm like, I get it, but it's still like. Still Bruce Lee, dude. He's got a Pokemon named after him. Do you have a Pokemon
Yeah.
named after you?
And even Bruce Lee's family was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Here's the fight scene where he takes on the dojo. If you want to watch it, it's a minute and a half long. It's pretty good.
Only a minute and a half.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one. It was good.
It's very good. Wait, so Grant, you've seen parts before?
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. Like I've seen this one, and I think I saw the kendo scene.
It's so good, dude. Because I watched it first, and I was like, "That's a cool fight scene," but then I noticed the details of like the armor, where like they just quietly put the
They
armor
put
on.
it on.
Yeah, and then he starts switching to head kicks.
When did this movie come out?
2000 something.
Ah,
I thought it was in like the 1980s or whatever, because I was very badly mistaken about the history of film. Turns out it came out in like 2000. I want to say 2.
Okay.
early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Yeah, it's from 2004, I think.
I don't think you need to jump on the second box, Zach. I think you can jump from the first one.
What, from here?
Yeah, from here.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Holy shit, he just
But
kicking
I
the
want to
hell out of
go
them.
up high, Grant.
I want to be tall.
Um,
He just likes to be tall sometimes.
Yeah.
I want to. My friend Jared caught up on a few of the videos, and he was like, "You realize that a lot of the dynamic that you have on stream, because you guys are familiar with the tall straight man and the shorter, fatter funny man."
Yes, this classic
You and
dead
Adrian.
design.
And it's and like he didn't say it was like me and Adrian specifically, but he's like, yeah, you're definitely the short funny man because you're
Angry.
just constantly yelling about shit. And I'm like, no. So I totally fucked.
You can't
that
deny
up,
your
by the way.
position.
I mean,
this stream is a lot less funny, but I don't know. I feel like we're doing a lot better.
I am technically taller than Zach by a little bit because he hunches.
This is true.
Yeah.
Man, I would do anything to fix my hunch.
Dude, if I, like, lost a lot of weight, Zach, we could be the duo.
Well, I mean, no, because it's not necessarily tall and skinny. It's tall is the thing.
Oh, okay.
It's like I guess the dynamic is more specifically like tall and short, which is why everybody always draws Aaron Hansen as being like teeny tiny, despite the fact that he
Well,
is
they're the same
exactly
height.
the same height as Dan. Ow!
Ooh.
Can I just jump there?
There's poles right
There's
there.
poles above you.
Oh, thank you. Everything's so red.
Wait.
I don't know what I was thinking.
You should have jumped from the middle one, Zach. Yeah, that was.
I don't know.
You should've gone for the head.
I don't know what I thought was gonna happen there. Also,
Yeah,
my
accepted
my
death.
shit just flashed blue, which leads me to believe there are cops in the area. Wait,
No, the blue is for your reaction time. It means it's, like, up.
what does that mean?
It means you can
Remember,
press R to
remember when you
slow
press
down.
R and you go slow-mo?
No, because I never use
have-
it.
You've never
know.
used
Maybe it would help
slow-mo.
you in
He's
combat.
used it
No,
once.
I could just do it legit, man. Where the
Okay.
fuck?
I could
You
just,
gotta
I could
super
just punch
hot it.
them in the
Where
face
am I
legit.
going? Which, by the way, did you see the controversy about the new Super Hot game?
No, what
It's
happened?
really good. The mind control delete.
It's too good.
No, well, sort of. They do because you know
What?
you remember how Super Hot the original one ended.
Yeah, I was
You're
actually
in like a
playing it
computer
earlier
room or
today.
whatever.
Yeah, well, because you go to assassinate your final target and the final target is you, so it's like oh.
Wait,
But-
Zach, you went one too far.
No, I know, but how do I? Oh, can I make it from this one?
I said the middle one before, yeah.
I mean, there's
This-
not really a
yeah.
middle one. That's on the edge. Like I thought middle meant this empty space.
No,
in
but there's no
between.
box.
Well, that's what I mean.
block
From the
here.
perspective that I was looking at before, I thought there was nothing, so that's why I was like, oh, I'll just make the jump. But yeah,
Anyway,
anyway,
we made it.
so long story short, the mind control delete ends very similarly in a very like meta sense. Hello, is there something in here? But the problem is that the reason why it's kind of a controversy. Main switch conveyor belt. Where? Oh, hey. When you beat the game, you have to let the game run with the window open. Like you can't just like you can't just like close it and come back. You have to wait for 30 hours before you're allowed to play the game again.
With the game
With
open?
the game open, you have to
That's-
be running it, and there is a prompt at the 15-hour mark that if you don't hit the prompt, it does not proceed.
That's some Undertale shit.
That's stupid.
It's very dumb, and the creators of the game have been asked like, why would you make a decision like this? And technically, given the canon of what happens in the ending, it makes sense. But that's still not a good design. It's sort of like the same thing that Grant and I talked about all the time, where it's like, can I get up there? Talk about it all the time, where it's just like, just because you address that something is ridiculous or cliche doesn't mean that you're allowed to use it.
That's
Right,
some Stanley
Deadpool
Parable
game.
shit. Speaking of games with controversy, Don't Starve is creating a mobile spin-off called Don't Starve New Home. It's supposedly going to be multiplayer and based off of... Does anyone here know the actual plot of Don't Starve?
No.
Vaguely, but no.
Two people try not to
They
get
try not
hungry.
to starve.
The plot is that there's this guy
name's
named
Maxwell.
William. Well, he's named William originally. He goes on stage. He's a magician. He finds this dark book, starts doing magic with it, and then the dark book sucks him into a evil world called the Constant that he controls. And then through varying means, different survivors, Wilson gets called in by like a tempting dark clock that was instructed to build this machine. Also takes him to the Constant. And the Constant is basically this world where someone is forced to rule over and control it. and so basically William, his false name being Maxwell, as well as his assistant Charlie, are the evil overlords of the Constant.
I wish
At the
I could be an evil overlord.
at the canonical ending of Don't Starve, Wilson, the first survivor, the guy who could grow a beard, finds Maxwell at his dark throne where he is cursed, frees Maxwell, who immediately disintegrates and dies without the magic to sustain him, and then becomes the new ruler of the Constant, as he is trapped and thrown immediately afterwards. New
So it's
Home's
Diablo.
premise. New
Yeah,
Home's
about to say
premise
so.
is-
It's Diablo. Okay.
I mean, with less swords. But New Home's
Yeah.
premise is that you are playing as a bunch of new survivors.
Hey man, yeah, I know. I just don't really give a shit anymore. That asshole has been on my case
Super
since I
hot.
started here. Keep going,
But
Adrian.
yeah, New Home's premise is that you're a bunch of survivors in Wilson's Constant, which is different from Maxwell's Constant because Wilson's less of an asshole.
Oh.
So it's not as bad.
Theoretically, but there's still evidently monstrous shit trying to kill you. It's just different.
But why? But if he controls it, why would there be monsters at all?
I guess because he controls it,
can't
quote
control
unquote.
that.
He doesn't have full control over it. I guess he's like a custodian of it, something like
But
that.
then what about? Well, then, okay, so like when Maxwell got there, it was like the same thing,
Yeah.
where like the monsters are just there, and he was just kind of being a shitter.
Yeah. The
Get up.
the story mode of Don't Starve has you go through a bunch of worlds, getting closer and closer to Maxwell, where he tries to stop you. One of the world is like, all right, fuck you. This world is permanently stuck in winter, so freeze to death. And if you survive that, the next one's like, okay, let's make a deal. This world has everything you need, and there's a bunch of food and flour, and it's great. Don't go to the secret island with the portal. Don't do it. You'll hate it there because there's a bunch of evil things trying to kill you there. And if you go there, you get to the next world. He's like, fucking constant nighttime. And so he basically is able to manipulate these worlds in this way, or in this kind of like macro scale, to do these things to you.
That's kind of cool. Like he adds modifiers to the world generation. Is basically what you're describing.
Yeah, basically.
Wait, was I supposed to be on?
This lifted up, Zach.
No, I
you just
know,
go
but-
over to where it lifted.
Right.
Down. Look down.
Oh. Okay, I did not pick up on that. Thank you.
But yeah.
Oh my god, it's so bright.
Anyway, going back to New Home, there has been a lot of controversy surrounding it because people have criticized the design, saying that it looks like an uninspired Don't Starve ripoff because the design and art style is a little bit different. But I could see the complaint, but I don't necessarily agree. I think it just is a weird imitation that isn't truly the Don't Starve style. But the reason that it doesn't look like the original Don't Starve style is because they are outsourcing the game to Tencent.
Oh
Wonderful.
no.
All right, so I hate it.
Yeah, there
I
you
don't
go.
like. It's weird because we've talked about Tencent before, and this is a really good segue. Thank you very much, Adrian. But
Also, I'm pretty sure you're near the end.
of the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh.
Maybe.
Ow.
Anyway, Tencent.
Yeah, Tencent. Tencent is weird because like a lot of people who don't really, you know, put two and two together or do their research are like, oh, Tencent is bad because it's controlled by the Chinese government. It's not. Tencent actually has a very strenuous relationship with the Chinese government. However, that's still not great because they are building. I can't remember the actual term. It's called like a something monopoly, where it's just like you don't actually own the vast market share of any particular thing, but you own a significant market share in everything. So everybody has to listen to you, and that's theoretically a lot more dangerous and has never been done before because the world has never been this globalized. And so it's just like, God damn it, I want Tencent to leave.
Oh, by the way, the guy who fell to his death was he was like shot at or something by someone unknown.
Okay, and that's who the assassin that we've been chasing is?
His name was Ropeburn. It wasn't Jackknife. Jackknife was the guy who
I
was
was
Fat
hitting the wrong
Fingers.
button.
Yeah, and then Jackbox is a really fun party game that we played a few times a while back.
Exactly.
That is true. Which, by the way, are you guys going to participate in listed retail price?
retail price.
I want to give it a different name because I did get a flag or two being like, yeah, this is already a name that exists. You should be careful. What the fuck?
I think we have a couple more stages. I might be wrong. I don't remember a whole lot after this point. It's like, oh, training room. They have all the information on the runners. Blah 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 blah
So
blah.
this is where we were trained?
I don't remember. Something called Project Icarus. That's all I remember.
I mean, it's nice to not get shot at for a second.
And
There was a ladder I
shot
could
at.
have climbed, I guess. Hi! This door is something's gonna happen, I assume. Okay, never mind. Oh my god, it's so blue. The primary colors in this game are really interesting. It's a very stark style that I appreciate.
Yeah.
Well,
Straight, I guess? Oh, yep.
Is
Thank you.
real nice of them. Thank you.
just thinking of Beetle from Wind Waker.
God, I love Wind Waker. I don't love
Did you-
Beetle.
Did you guys notice that when you're in his shop, he looks at you, but then as soon as you leave, he looks down dejectedly?
He's
Did that guy
sad.
just
You're
jump from
leaving.
me? Hi, you're a cop. Can I just kill you? Oh wait, why would I?
Yeah, that one.
Man, that jump kick reminds me of that one furry game where you also play as a rabbit that jump kicks people.
Just because it has a humanoid animal as a protagonist does not mean it's a furry game by default. I think it's called like over something, isn't it?
So
Like
It
the
is.
place we
overgrown or something.
Overgrowth or overgrown, one over.
Overgrown.
But, Zach, you can't deny that game's a furry game.
No.
So the place that we just were in was like the building of the headquarters of a security team that was helping the police
Yeah.
and like tracking down all the runners, specifically you.
Okay.
And
Am I
then
supposed to jump onto a train?
you discover that like Project Icarus was like, oh, they're training people to combat the runners in parkour.
but
Oh shit.
but are we that important?
I mean,
Explain to us what runners are?
let me look it up.
Oh, it did work. Okay, that is what I was supposed to do.
And also, Adrian, to a certain degree, everything's not furry. It's also just anthropomorphic.
No,
Depending
that's
on like how
that's furry
extreme they get.
apparently.
A courier
I
who
don't
carries
classify
physical
Like Beastars,
things.
I would not call furry.
If
Saba,
something-
holy shit, Saba, I could not disagree with you. Like, Beastars is so unbelievably furry to the point where I use it as as like a moniker for when something is a little too furry. Like you can even ask Grant. I'll say things like it's getting a little Beastars in here.
It's
If
true.
something is anthropomorphic and isn't mammalian in nature and also doesn't have hair/fur, then it's not furry.
What do you
Because
mean?
I think it also.
Are you
might tie
saying
into,
in, like, a
things that are
literal
more
definition?
Japanese or animes,
Yes.
like more furry too. I think that's something else that ties it in with that.
Like you can
So,
have an
Zach-
anthropomorphic table and that's not furry, or you can have an anthropomorphic reptile and that's not furry, that's scaly.
For me, my personal definition for what counts as furry and not is if it has like anthropomorphic whatever, even if it's not specifically an animal, and then it's also sexual in nature in some way, shape, or form. I consider
Because
that.
There are
you've seen,
non-sexual
like, the older,
furries.
like vintage
Right,
kind
but
of
I'm-
like anthropomorphized, like pictures or like. Because I think for me, it's also art
It's-
style.
Oh,
Because that's what I ended up saying, like anime-ish, like is like the design of like anime is a big part of like what makes furry in my mind.
I mean, does it have to have like an anime style to it?
I'm saying it's important because, like I said, if you've seen like the old-fashioned like anthropomorphic stuff, that's kind of like, if you were to go in like the countryside, they'd have like little cute anthropomorphized like maybe trinkets and stuff. I don't classify those as furry. No.
I mean,
Do the Egyptian gods count as furries?
Oh my god,
I've been in a lot of art circles, and there is so much variety to furry that I would not dare to get invited to an art style.
I
you
probably should
Anyways.
put a pin. Those guys are a bit, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, Grant, take it. Talk about something else, Grant, please. Come
The
up with
thing that I wanted to mention was the reason runners are important is because runners aid the revolutionary groups that oppose this dystopia civilization because they don't want to communicate via electronically because it could be hacked. So runners are physical people that carry information.
So the runners are carrier pigeons.
Yes,
Okay,
Carry
I get it.
and that's
Pigeons are
why
Is
everyone's
this like the
after
end
you.
of the game or something?
Oh my gosh, have you
No,
guys
there.
seen the fancy pigeons?
I looked it up and there is more fancy pigeons.
Yeah, fancy pigeons.
They're fancy
not.
four.
You have. Oh my gosh, I gotta
pigeons.
find some pictures. Grant, you can't. The fancy pigeons are the best.
Fancy pigeons.
Prancer pigeons.
Are those the pigeons that look like they're wearing a suit?
No, not a suit, but they're fabulous. Okay, you gotta wait.
No, Saba, those are called penguins. You silly. Let me go. Boom, bitch! I'm in slow mo.
He's actually using slow motion.
What?
I believe
Doing
your sister got convicted of the murder.
Yes.
And so now you are
here's the
trying to
first
prove
fancy
her
pigeon.
name.
Wait, but I thought I took the fall.
No, apparently. Oh my god, those are so fancy pigeons.
Oh my gosh.
No,
yeah,
you were
Oh
trying
my
to
god, those are
help.
fancy as fuck. What
You were
happened?
trying to help your sister, but she got pinned for it, and now she is convicted of it, and now she is going to jail, I believe. Also, I don't know, a big plot moment has happened yet. I don't remember, but the assassin who has been after you and you've been chasing down and who killed Ropeburn
Yeah.
is Celeste.
Fancy pigeons too. Oh wow, that's good.
I knew I should have shot her.
I thought midriffs
midriff.
were trustworthy.
No.
Midriff.
Not so
So, you
Grant.
mean
So
trustable, Lawrence?
Grant. By the way, when we were doing all that stuff, and I shot her in the face in the training. Were you laughing because you were like, man?
If only.
If only.
I wasn't 100% sure, but I was like, I'm pretty sure she turned traitor. It's been a while since I beat this game, but I didn't want to
So
say
what is
anything.
it? One of those situations where like she's like, yeah, clearly these the runners aren't going to be around forever, so might as well join the winning team.
No, I think she's been a part of them and infiltrated the runners. Was the spiel. Because she was part of Project Icarus, I think.
I don't know, my boy.
Fuck.
Slow motion,
It's-
my boy.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have slow motion. I don't use it enough.
The fancy pigeons is good enough. There's a lot.
Dude,
God,
I
they're
love
so
those
fancy.
fancy pigeons. They're
Fancy
so
pigeons are the
they
best.
puff up their chests so much.
Remind me of
Oh.
Fancy Santas.
They look like, you know, like the aristocrats,
Fuck.
like the 1800s. Or at least the top ones do with the fluffy like collars. Just
What the
weird.
hell?
Pretty bourgeois.
Yeah.
Now I can watch
Fucking
his ass get
fancy
beat in slow
pigeons.
motion.
Motherfucker,
Like
I'm
curly
hitting it.
feathers. It's great.
Let me go.
You haven't lived if you haven't seen the fancy pigeons.
Fancy pigeon.
Puncher.
What happened?
Yeah, that was
A
good.
little
What
slow.
the
Oh,
fuck happened?
just punch him.
No.
Okay.
Fuck it. So that way.
That was pretty cool.
Hello. What? Ah,
You're
you
the-
have
Two looping hair. You're ringing around with Rosying him.
What? I can't go there. Oh, I can.
Why does the shooting in this game look better than the shooting in Fallout 3 and New Vegas?
Why does the shooting in this game? Why is the shooting in this game just legit better than fucking Uncharted?
Why is shooting in this game?
That's a good
You're
question.
super right. It really should, like, they really should have challenged themselves and just made a game that was legit just parkour.
Why do parkour have shooting
I mean, that's
in it?
Vector. Which, by the way, have you guys checked out Vector yet?
No,
The
Not
first one?
yet.
The first one is
kinda
really
busy today.
First one's really good. Second one, you play as a cop that's undergoing training to catch people that are like Vector 1. Or no, the first game ends with you being apprehended, and the second game is you being trained to take down other people. And the second game is very repetitive, microtransaction-y, and randomly generated, whereas the first game has specifically designed levels and stuff. The first game's a lot better.
You mean like Plants vs Zombies 2?
A little bit. But yeah, check out Vector 1. It is very taxing on phones, and it's cool, and it's a good time killer. It's not particularly deep, but it's cool to look at, so it's a good time killer.
Nice.
Do you guys know about the Sega Genesis game Vector Man?
Very
No,
familiar.
I was thinking of Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man.
Oh,
Good job.
it is also 11 o'clock.
It is?
So, yeah.
We could probably... Yeah, it's probably fine. It's already... This is already split into multiple videos anyway because of the fucking error at the beginning. Oh, man. Alright. Well, that was good.
Lots
So,
of
Grant,
progress.
At what
Lots of
point would you say?
progress.
How far would you say we are in the game now? Like 3/4?
2/3, 3/4, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
So
That's still
tomorrow
sizable.
I'm still planning on starting at 8 just in case. You know,
Um,
just in case someone who knows the game tells me that things are going to be ending soon and then it doesn't and I end up playing the game until 2 a.m.
Yeah, me.
So yeah, we'll do that, and then if this ends early, we'll start on Valhalla and just like chill out and do a little bit of voice acting.
Tomorrow I'm probably going to be very tired and busy, so I may or may not show up late and or at all.
That's okay. I understand.
Understandable.
I am going
Later.
to just legit quit out of the game because I'm afraid that if I alt tab, it'll crash.
What if you quit and it still crashes anyway?
Fuck. All right. Good stream.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.